As Pete Skandalakis stepped in to replace Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis after she was disqualified from the case.
He was the head of a Georgia Prosecutors Association. He said he was willing to do it after he couldn't find anybody else to take on this case. And in a memo today, they're saying Skandalakis, this new prosecutor, cites a lack of time and resources to take on this case, and also cites that President Trump, because he's currently sitting in the White House, could not actually be put on trial until at least 2029.
The upper Midwest is getting the brunt of winter weather as millions are under winter storm warnings just as people travel for the Thanksgiving holiday. CBS News Minnesota reporter Jonah Kaplan.
I-94, especially as you get into the northwestern part of the state up towards Fargo, North Dakota. Also, you see so many jackknife trucks, about 25 to 30 of those, we understand from authorities. And there was even a stretch of about 60 miles of I-94 that was closed.
The FAA says Chicago's O'Hare Airport is experiencing ground delays averaging 68 minutes due to weather. A fire in Hong Kong across 7 high-rise apartment buildings kills over a dozen people, with hundreds potentially missing. BBC's Sean Ewan is there.
It's a huge apartment complex. So we're looking at about 2,000 apartments with about 4,600 residents. And we don't know how many are still trapped there. And thousands have been relocated to adjacent areas.
A Kremlin spokesperson has watered down expectations that a peace deal is close to being struck to end the nearly 4-long-year invasion of Ukraine. Helena Yanchenko, a member of Ukrainian parliament, says the negotiators are leaving Ukraine out of the process.
Ukraine is democratic country. So you can't force politicians to sign any document if it is not accepted by Ukrainian society. Otherwise, there will be revolutions. Otherwise, there will be a huge, consequences for all negotiators who are taking place.
AI and your job.
An MIT study found that artificial intelligence can already replace 11.7% of the U.S. workforce. According to a labor simulation tool called the Iceberg Index, AI can perform many of the same skills, saving as much as $1.2 trillion in wages. The researchers say the index isn't designed to predict exactly when or where jobs will be lost, but instead meant to give a snapshot of what today's AI systems can already do. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A troubling update in the nationwide baby formula recall. We'll have that for you in just a moment. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic. It is surprisingly quiet on the highways this morning. Suspiciously, I will say. I-5 has some slowing starting from the West Seattle Bridge, getting into downtown Seattle. And in the southbound direction, it's a speed limit drive all the way from Everett almost to downtown Seattle. A little slowing in the downtown core. Lake bridges are clear. 405 northbound has just a little slowing through the S-curves. I-5 northbound slowing in Fife from just north of the curve to Highway 18, but it's really just a blip compared to how good things are so far, at least. Traffic report brought to you by Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees in Tacoma. Trees that twinkle, Santa smiles, and the stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend only in Tacoma. Don't miss it. Details at festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. Infant formula company ByHeart now says all of its formula may have been contaminated with botulism. A Pierce County baby who was hospitalized is just one of 31 cases across 15 states. Food safety attorney Bill Marler represents that Pierce County family.
I think, unfortunately, those numbers are still going to rise as kids get counted, but hopefully it's not that people are still consuming the product.
ByHeart will issue a full refund for all formula purchased on or after August 1st of this year. New numbers show King County is making progress on gun violence. Law enforcement tracked the lowest number of shots fired incidents since before 2021, when violent crime reached an all-time high. Here's King County prosecutor Lisa Mannion.
And we are working closely with law enforcement to solve non-fatal shootings. I think law enforcement has renewed resources, and while they may not be at perfect staffing levels, they are faring better than they were in 2021.
That drop in shots fired has also led to a 65% drop in the number of gunshot victims. Big travel day today on the roads and in the air.
But from the look of it, everything looks pretty smooth here.
And just in time, KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Shelton reports the Olympic pipeline, which is the main source of jet fuel for Seattle's airport, is partially back online after a major leak.
BP says it has now found the exact source of the leak. It's in a 20-inch pipe east of Everett. There are 2 pipes in that area. The other is 16 inches, and fuel is now able to flow through it.
Snoqualmie Pass got a blast of snow yesterday.
De-icer on the road. It's basically a sodium mixture. And then as needed, they'll use their snow plows to scrape the snow off the road or the ice off the road.
State Department of Transportation representatives tell KIRO 7 TV traffic volumes nearly double over Snoqualmie Pass over the holiday. So leave early and be patient and safe. But you know what didn't get snow? Crystal Mountain. The ski resort says warmer weather and rain is delaying their predicted Friday season opening. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. On the drier side until this evening with highs in the low 50s. It is 48 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. G is out today, but Andrew Lanier, a.k.a. Chef, is co-hosting with me. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. Your kitchen's smelling nice already?
Not yet.
Being busy?
Not yet. We haven't picked up our meal from Met Market just yet.
Oh, that's right. That's
But
right.
I understand you've been doing a lot of cooking.
Yeah, I'm a little behind today.
I did pick up another pie yesterday, so there is that. Well, as I said, it is Thanksgiving Eve. Are you heading out of town for the holidays? We sent a reporter to the airport yesterday. There were no long lines. So what's the story at SeaTac today? And if you're driving to grandma's for Thanksgiving, what is the best time to get on the road? We're going to give you the scoop coming up at 9:30. And then later in the show, I have to admit, I have such great admiration for a local billionaire. And the story that we share about her later this hour is inspiring this question that I have for all of you this morning. So here it is. Is there someone whose act of kindness either changed your life or just made a really strong impact on you? Since it's almost Thanksgiving, we would love to hear about that person for you. Our KIRO News Radio text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. If you don't do the texting thing, you can also find us on Facebook at the Gee and Ursula Show. So let's get to it. Our top story is brought to you by Bathfitter Northwest. And yes, not only is it Thanksgiving tomorrow, but the holiday shopping season is officially underway. And Chef, it turns out some Seattle area communities are apparently planning to spend a lot more than the rest of the country. Wallet Hub crunched the numbers, and I have a smile in my voice because it's Wallet Hub, of course.
Yeah.
But a few of our neighbors are landing near the top of the national list when it comes to the biggest gift budgets. And you might not be shocked because Kirkland is one of the ones that's on the top of the list.
Check.
They're saying they show an average of nearly $3,900 per person, one of the highest totals in the country. And then Bellevue follows close behind at about $3,600. Seattle coming in at $2,200, which is well above the national average of $1,500. And yet, CBS's Kelly O'Grady says even with all those big price tags, the mood this year is anything but carefree.
I think the bottom line here is people are looking for deals. Bank of America says 90% of people are going to go shop at a discount retailer. Okay, that's a lot, actually.
Yeah.
And then 50% would consider giving a dupe, a fake product, to save money.
Nothing wrong with dupes, I say.
I agree. I agree.
But for the first time since 2020, overall holiday spending is expected to go down. PwC estimates that Americans will spend about 5% less than last year. Consumer confidence is the lowest it's been since the late 90s. But even with all these mixed signals, get this, the National Retail Federation still expects holiday spending to hit $1 trillion for the first time.
Nice. Well, same old story, right? The people who are doing great are still doing great. The people who are doing really, really well are doing really, really well. Ursula, do you ever see those car commercials they have around the holidays where like there's a Lexus in the garage with a giant bow on it?
Yeah.
I remember watching those as a kid, and now as an adult I'm thinking like, who in the heck buys a car for a Christmas present? But apparently we're kind of in that territory here.
Yeah, that is true. Now, do you come up with a budget every year for holiday spending?
Actually, last night my wife Gabby was talking to me about Christmas shopping, and she's like, so I think we need to cap our budget this year. And she's like, do you think we could do $2,000? And I'm like, $2,000?
And that's
but if you don't plan for it,
yes,
you end up just getting, there's so many people in the family. Once people start having kids, you've got, the nephews, the nieces, all of that stuff. It can get out of control very, very fast.
So do you guys ever think about doing those gift exchanges or what you call white elephant? In our family, we call it the purple elephant.
Mm-hmm.
And where you just come up with one gift for the extended family. Because like you said, there was a point when we would all get together that we have 5 children in the family. Everyone has 2 kids. So if you're getting something for everybody, grandparents, in-laws, et cetera, $2,000 is easy.
Yeah.
Right? So where do you put the stop?
We don't do that, and we don't do like the Secret Santa because that requires a lot of coordination. But I would definitely consider it. But it's so hard because there's all these people in your life that you really care about. And then you're out shopping for one thing, you add another thing, and well, what about that for? It's a lot. It's a lot. But I want to point out one of the reasons that we spend a lot here is not just because of the fact that we have people with money, but because we have high prices that are caused often by the people with a lot of money. So when a whole bunch of people in an area have high spending power, they're tolerant of higher prices. It's called price inelasticity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens here. It's also the reason why you see stores like Kroger closing in these neighborhoods that are, quote, low performing.
Lake
because
City
they're
neighborhood.
exactly, because
Mm-hmm.
they're low income neighborhoods where people aren't buying the higher ticket items like the $50 bottle of wine. And they know that if they close those stores, then you know what? People are going to be way more tolerant of the higher prices elsewhere.
That's a great point as well. Okay, tell us. We want to hear what your strategy is going into this holiday spending season. And do you have a different limit this year? I remember there was a point where it got so ridiculous with our sons, and the budget just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And now we're at the point where they've got their own jobs.
Yes, right?
They have
They're
good
doing
paying
fine.
jobs. They're doing fine.
Yep.
We can bring it down now.
Yeah, nothing but knockoff Legos for Matthew this year.
I'm holding off until the grandkids.
There you
Hopefully
go.
they'll come. Washington's insurance commissioner just hit Regents Blue Shield with a more than $500,000 fine for failing to follow the rules that say that mental health care has to be covered at the same level as physical health care. The state says Regents repeatedly couldn't or just wouldn't provide the basic paperwork showing how it decides what is in-network, how it sets the reimbursement rates, or how its mental health limits compare to its medical coverage. And when the company actually did hand over the information, regulators found some real discrepancies. Behavioral health providers were paid a lot less than medical providers for basically the exact same kind of care or comparable care.
Yeah.
Insurance Commissioner Patty Kuderer is not mincing words. She says Regents showed a lack of accountability and even was trying to dodge questions over several years when it came to audits and requests for more information. And Regents, for its part, is saying that it complied in good faith and made updates as required. But this is actually the third major insurer in our state that has been fined for parity violations just in the past 2 years. Premera and United Healthcare were also penalized.
Yeah, right. I'm sure, Regents, you did your very best, didn't you? Horse hockey. I have a question for people out there. What were you denied coverage for? These people are crooks. It's not in your network. Oh, we don't cover that. Like, how many people were denied care that they desperately needed and couldn't afford? So, you know what? I didn't get my mental health treatment. This is also why so many therapists do not take insurance, period, anymore because of low reimbursement rates and shenanigans like that. This is life or death treatment.
But why do you think it's still so hard to get mental health coverage treated the same as other kinds of health care? Because I think it very much has to do with the stigma that sadly still surrounds mental health care. And I want to say good for the state insurance commissioner for taking action. But again, I would point to this $500,000 penalty is like a rounding error for big, huge companies.
Seriously.
It's not going to stop it because it's still more lucrative. So you have to make the penalties more painful.
Yes.
So that they actually do the right thing.
If anyone thinks that $500,000 is more than the company saved by denying people care.
Yeah, but I think for decades, insurers, and I think just society in general, have always operated on this idea that mental health care is somehow less real or less urgent than physical care. And that, I think, is stigma related. And the reason I say that is because if you're the one who has the mental health issue, think about it. You might be less likely to challenge a denial.
Oh, of course.
Because you're like, I don't want to be labeled. I don't want to be judged. And essentially, we just have to remove that stigma at every level once and for all.
We're still at a point where I guess our teeth and our eyes aren't considered a part of our health and a separate part of our healthcare plans.
That's a whole other thing, too.
Right? Mental health is relatively new, but it's critical.
It is.
I mean, can you imagine being a person whose job it is to deny insurance claims because you know that 70-80% of people are never going to challenge it? That's straight up evil. Spending your career denying people necessary medical care.
Well, and I don't want to call them criminal or evil because they have the pressures. I know you will, but they have the pressures. I mean, they have the people who are on the front lines of this. Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, it's the company policies that I think are criminal and evil, not the ones who are actually having to make those calls or make those denials. King County is seeing a real measurable drop in gun violence and not just a blip. The summer months when shootings normally go up instead delivered the lowest third quarter numbers in 6 years. So this is new data from the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and it shows that gunfire incidents, injuries, and homicides all fell dramatically between July and September. And prosecutor Lisa Mannion says this is now 3 straight quarters of declines and no summer spike, which is normally expected.
I think it's a number of factors. I think the fact that we have partnered with law enforcement and we are working closely with law enforcement to solve non-fatal shootings. I think law enforcement has renewed resources, and while they may not be at perfect staffing levels, they are faring better than they were in 2021. And then we also have an encouraging pilot project in the city of Kent, where Kent Police Department, King County prosecutors, and community-based organizations are working together to reach out to individuals close to gun violence before they become victims or perpetrators of harm.
Mannion told Seattle's Morning News the county is trying to expand its extreme risk protection order work to pull guns out of dangerous situations before the shots are ever fired.
I'm also have launched a pilot project seeking extreme risk protection orders in the appropriate cases where juveniles are caught carrying firearms. So an extreme risk protection order allows law enforcement to petition the court for an order that is served on parents to remove firearms from their homes. We just launched this pilot project in July, and in September we saw 15 referrals from law enforcement that are promising.
I mean, a lot of numbers to bounce around, but basically King County recorded over 290 shots fired incidents, which was down actually more than 130 from last year and the lowest third quarter total since 2019. And victims are down too, 63 people killed or injured, which is a 65% drop since 2021.
Fantastic news. Ursula, I would like to claim credit for the show here. I mean, we've been talking for years about how important it is to lock up your gun because the vast majority of guns used in crimes are stolen, like out of cars, right?
I think our show has nothing to do with this.
Okay. Well, you know what? I gave it my best shot.
Yeah.
I love the ERPO program. That's great.
Well, it is. And obviously, the 2021 was ridiculously high. I mean, that was following the pandemic. But credit where credit is due. If law enforcement is doing a better job of taking more of those repeat offender guns off the street early. I mean, I know there's a whole myriad of things that are going on.
Right.
I looked at the national statistics, and what's happening in King County is actually more dramatic than the national numbers, but it's hard to compare because national numbers also include suicides, accidental shootings, et cetera. But you know, as Lisa Mannion said earlier, when I heard the interview, she said, we're not done. And a lot of people are like, yeah, tell me more. No one's going to believe it until they feel fully safe.
Yeah, we can look at a couple of things. So what hasn't changed? Staffing levels, largely speaking. Sentencing guidelines or actual sentences given. So it's not like, oh, now we're finally locking them up. It's the same as it's always been. What I heard is different is a pilot program in Kent, a pilot program to serve extreme risk protection orders, which is one of the best pieces of gun legislation that this state has passed and every state needs to pass. I mean, imagine being a woman who has been physically threatened by a spouse who has a gun and they get to keep that gun. Well, it gets to be taken away now. What really gave me a head scratcher, though, was increased cooperation with law enforcement to solve non-fatal shootings. Like, where were we at with detective work over the last 4 years? Because like Seattle was not investigating sexual assaults at some point.
Yeah, again, this is King County, though. Yeah, this is not just Seattle. She's looking at King County, which obviously includes
and all
Seattle.
The felony cases come through Seattle as well.
Yes, exactly. And she pointed to some specific things going on in Kent and in South King County where there has been a big drop. So I'll take the positives out of this. Yeah, I mean, there are some wins, but again, I mean, there's still too many shootings. There's still too many people getting hurt or killed because of crime. But anytime there's a little bit of a glimmer of hope, might as well celebrate it. Okay, Seattle just pulled off something that we don't see very often, saving a building that everyone assumed was doomed. So this is the old El Rey building in Belltown. It was a boarded up brick building that's been sitting empty for years, and it was supposed to be demolished, but instead a small arts nonprofit next door stepped in and convinced the city that there was a better option. And get this, this week, the city handed them the building for a symbolic $20.
Sweet. That's a steal.
I know. So their plan is simple. They're going to turn that building into affordable apartments for working artists, and they're going to create some space for visiting writers and creatives, a gallery, classrooms, and a couple of small street-level businesses. The city, for its part, is saying that the building had become more of a burden than an asset. It was too expensive to keep vacant and too risky to leave empty. So giving this building to this group actually solves a problem. So, of course, I'm looking like, okay, aren't there many other buildings? Can we do this?
Yeah, I was actually looking into that a little bit. There's hundreds of affordable housing buildings that the city controls, or their partners do, but very few are vacant, right? And I don't know how many are vacant, on fire watch, stuck in limbo, stuck in an old affordability regulatory agreement.
Right.
My only question with this is, what does it take to qualify as an artist? Because, like, an affordable apartment, that's a winning lotto ticket. I mean, I whittle. I do some woodcraft stuff. Does that count? That's art, right?
Well, I think that these folks were also willing to do the hard work. Nice try, Chef. You want
How can you judge what is art?
Building?
No, I just mean when they finally get the apartments.
They have to be able to prove that the project is going to serve a public good, and the nonprofit has to show that it has the capacity to operate that particular space. In the case of this, they checked off all the boxes.
But what about the tenants, the artists that get to move in?
There you go.
Beautifying the world.
Okay, still ahead. You know, we did a whole lot of coverage of the airport, and it was a big nothing burger yesterday. So is that the case today? We're going to have both Sully and Luke Ducey join us in this next segment. So we're going to help you get to wherever you need to go. This is the Gee and Ursula Show.
Wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving from KIRO News Radio.
Hey, this is Jake and Spike from the Jake and Spike Show. I just want to wish you guys all a very happy Thanksgiving, and however you celebrate it with your family, I hope you don't scream at each other too much.
It's a great way to save on Christmas gifts. This time of year, it's so important with everything that gets crazy on a daily basis in our lives. We're pulled so many ways to take some time to realize what you're thankful for.
A nice thought. I'm thankful for you, Spike.
Thankful for you too, my friend.
Oh, that's nice.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. Catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, and more. You've got 2 great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season. Or go with a flex membership and choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go.
There it goes! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh!
Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
Eric Butler here, General Manager at Kia of Everett, your simple, easy, fun dealership. Winter roads are coming. Good thing Kia of Everett makes driving simple, easy, and fun. With advanced safety features and all-weather performance across our entire lineup, come take a test drive from our huge selection of the best all-wheel drive models and option packages, ready to take on whatever this season throws our way. With amazing pricing and financing, now is the time to buy at Kia of Everett.
The best drive you'll ever take is to Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
Hello, friends. John Curley here. Ladies, this one's for you. Thinking about retiring and wondering, am I going to be okay? Well, you're not alone. Women live longer and often end up handling finances solo. Truth is, the financial world doesn't make it easy. That's why Madrona Financial's Growing Her Wealth Workshop exists. It's a free Zoom event on December 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Built to help women prepare for retirement without jargon, pressure, or assumptions. You'll learn how to build reliable income, protect savings from taxes and market swings, time Social Security and Medicare, and plan for retirement that could last 30 years. Madrona Financial and CPAs break it down so it finally makes sense. Married, single, widowed, divorced, working, or retired, this is your chance to learn in a supportive space. Reserve your spot now. Call 833-673-7373. That's 833-673-7373.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Rost here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
Bucky's Complete Auto Repair is tuned up for one of the biggest football games of the year as the Puyallup Vikings clash with the Sumner Spartans Saturday 1 p.m. at Sparks Stadium. Thanks for your dedication and teamwork, and good luck from Bucky's. May the best team win.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Corporate megastores are spending millions lobbying D.C. politicians on one-sided policies that send small businesses tumbling. They want to enact harmful credit card mandates that take resources away from your local credit union and community bank, leaving Main Street businesses with less access to credit, making it harder for your family to pay for everyday goods like gas and groceries. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
It's a quiet travel day so far. Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. But later today, we're expected to see one of the busiest travel days on the roads. And if you're one of the millions driving, gas prices are top of mind. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Gary Horker with more.
We've found the cheapest gas in our area is in Shoreline, specifically at the Costco in Shoreline. Gas Buddy labeling that as the cheapest station in King County. In Pierce County, the Tacoma Costco is the cheapest. The River Rock Tobacco in Arlington took first prize in Snohomish County, and in Thurston County, it's a Shell station in Olympia on Black Lake Boulevard Southwest.
Lots of ways to save. King County deputies are stepping up DUI emphasis patrols over the busy holiday week. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin is in Kent.
Since April, the first specifically assigned deputy to the traffic monitoring position made 77 DUI arrests and more than 150 criminal traffic and warrant arrests. The deputy is not regularly going to 911 calls, just patrolling certain areas looking for people who are breaking the law.
I bet there's going to be a fair share of collisions that are caused by DUI. It's a selfish decision. It's so easy to call an Uber or call a friend, take a bus home.
KCSO also works with Target Zero, an organization that's working to stop deaths and injuries on Washington's roads.
New data shows that consumer confidence has dropped and retail sales are slowing down. Even so, the National Retail Federation expects about 3 million more people than last year are expected to shop through the weekend. President Trump says there are only a few points of disagreement on a possible deal to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. But Aidan Stretch, a writer with the Free Press currently living in Ukraine, says many Ukrainians are not willing to concede any territory to Russia.
I think there are both real doubts here in Ukraine about whether Russia is earnestly suing for peace. I mean, of course, this week there was a massive attack on Kyiv in terms of drones and missiles, and over 7 people died. And so there's real doubt, I think, that among Ukrainians that Russia is suing for peace, and they're certainly not willing to forgo any military gains that they've taken over the last 3.5 years.
Let's get a check on your KIRO News Radio traffic. There is some slowing through the S-curves heading north on 405 northbound. It's still only a 22-minute drive, which is very quiet for this time of day. I-5 northbound is mostly a speed limit drive from Olympia to Everett, except for a little slowing around the convention center in Seattle. Near Bothell on the Highway 522 eastbound off-ramp to Redmond-Woodinville Road, there is a collision partially blocking the left lane, so just be aware of that. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy, highs in the low 50s, overnight lows in the low 40s and high 30s. Rain tomorrow, 47 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Gee is out today. Chef and the rest of the crew are in, though, and it is Thanksgiving Eve, and we're going to help you get to wherever it is that you need to go. But I just want to remind you, because I want to hear from all of you. Coming up at 9:47, we are going to share some information about a local billionaire who I have the greatest admiration for this woman. But it's inspired this question, though. Is there someone whose act of kindness has changed your life or has made a strong impact on you? Text us at 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO. Right now, we're hoping, though, that you're going to have kindness at the airport and kindness on the roads because it is Thanksgiving Eve. Luke Ducey, we just have to laugh at ourselves because we sent you to the airport yesterday, and that was a serious nothing burger.
Well, who knew? And I talked with SEA or SeaTac spokesperson Perry Cooper just a few minutes ago, and I think he was a little. He says he's confident that he would that this is just the way we planned it, but I think he was also a little surprised. I mean, but he said over the last 2 years, last year and this year have been really kind of calm.
Yeah,
couple of reasons for that.
Even though they're expecting more travelers.
This is according to AAA and this is a record holiday for travel. 18 million people are going to go through security lines at the TSA says at airports around the country. 900,000 at SeaTac. A couple of reasons for that, possibly why there are no lines. Cooper explained to me, a lot of flights originate here in Seattle. So early morning, you're not going to see the crowds as much. They begin their legs here in Seattle. The planes have just stayed here overnight. And then you'll see perhaps a ripple effect later on in the afternoon. Severe weather is going on from Minneapolis all the way to the eastern seaboard. So we're seeing huge delays now growing in Chicago, Minneapolis, and then trickling down. Reagan National in D.C. was closed down for weather early this morning. So you can see that ripple effect later on in the afternoon here at SeaTac. But things are running smoothly at SeaTac.
This is great. Okay, they're expecting, though, the biggest day to be Sunday, right?
Sunday is the big day.
And then the other thing is, just because we're telling you the lines are great right now, don't get upset if you happen to go and then it's like, wait a minute, Luke said it's all great, and then it turns out
it's all going to come back on me.
Wait a minute.
Well, here's a couple of things Cooper told me about that as well. So this is very interesting. They're seeing the longer lines are not in the airport; they're outside the airport. People driving. More people drive to the airport now during the holidays than any other time of year. Why? Because everyone wants to see, grandpa, whoever arriving at the airport, they want to greet them. Because of that, parking at SeaTac is free for 90 minutes if you want to go there during the holidays. Also, in TSA lines, I know one of my big pet peeves is people not ready for TSA and the line and what to do and what do I take my shoes off? Do I know what do I do? You get so frustrating, but Cooper was trying to tell me be empathetic because this is the first time during the holidays for a lot of people that they're traveling in a long time. And so maybe they forget to.
We're not all G Scotts who fly, twice a week.
Every day.
This is true. This is true. But he even was surprised. He was like, man, this has been so good. They also opened an additional checkpoint.
Yeah.
And maybe just travelers are getting more savvy. So let's just go with that. But let's see how we're going to do on the roads. Chris Sullivan is also here. So should we have left already?
Yes, but first, let me just to dovetail on SEA is that Checkpoint 6, the redone Checkpoint 5 there at the north end, is really making things a lot better since it opened, just this week or a week or two ago. So that's really, I'm looking at the expressway drive-in right now, and it's pretty heavy. Don't forget, think opposite when you head in, or if you're dropping somebody off, drop them off at across International Boulevard there at 180th and have to go walk up like they're going to the light rail. So you don't even get in there at all.
Yeah, I think the biggest line, you're right, is the drive-in.
Yeah. Oh, without question. And so, then right now it's pretty well backed up. But on the roads, right now, it's about as light as it can possibly be right now. So we're right in that little sweet spot of if you're packing the car and you're on the road by 10, you should get out before it gets too bad, because if you're waiting until about 11 or later, you're really going to start stepping in it, especially from Tacoma to Olympia, from Issaquah up over Snoqualmie Pass through Cle Elum, and even heading north. I mean, Luke had talked throughout this week and talking to folks that drive north into Bellingham and even up into Canada is very busy. Most people may not think about that, but going north is also very busy. But if you're not on the road by like 11 today, you might as well pack it in and hang out and have dinner and leave at about 7.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like what? Okay, so what's the worst commute? What kind of times are we talking about?
Probably, I mean, you're looking at, if you're getting on the road at 12, 1 o'clock or 2, everyone's going to be on the road by then. And, it's going to be like a Friday afternoon on I-5 heading down to Olympia as people
on a holiday weekend.
Yeah, same deal. And we're going to see that today.
How about northbound? Heading to Canada. And
yeah,
such.
that one will start at about, again, by about 11-ish, and it's usually not as bad that direction until a little later in the afternoon. Southbound starts hitting it a little faster because people, that's the only way to get to the beach. Really, that's the only way to get to Portland. So we're kind of bound by that. But right now, if you're getting in the car now, you're ahead of the game. But yeah, you wait much longer, and you're going to be stuck.
And the Sunday is the worst day applies also?
Yeah. Well, because,
like SEA?
Don't go anywhere Sunday is the message.
How about just come back Monday?
Well, you could do that as well, but I want to tell you something about the ferry service. They're expecting 70,000 people tomorrow alone on Thanksgiving Day. So the thing about the ferries on this holiday, which is different than most like Memorial Day, Labor Days, where everyone's leaving on Friday. Mm-hmm. You could leave today, later today, a little tomorrow. You may have left last night. There's more of a couple of day kind of flow, but then tomorrow it's going to be packed, and coming home Sunday is going to be really bad. So if you have an opportunity on a multi-day holiday, if you have Friday off, is to come home Saturday.
Oh, that's true.
Come home Saturday, relax. Do your laundry,
eat leftovers.
Yeah,
watch football.
Maybe go Christmas shopping on Sunday while everyone else is coming home. But take the Saturday and come back that day.
There's a magic time. The AAA was saying this. There's like this magic time. I think it's today. Like in the 6 o'clock hour. They said 6:45 on the dot, but 6 o'clock hour. Look around where you are, because if you're in the city in Seattle, in the metro area, you're in traffic. That's going to be like the worst of it, perhaps. And so they were saying like 3.5 hour delays at that point. You're going to be stuck in it, but just maybe snap a photo. Maybe we all do here in the studio. We compare notes. Where are you?
Yeah, your passenger. We don't want anybody getting a distracted driving ticket. That's a good way to start Thanksgiving, Luke. Thanks a lot.
Wait a minute.
I'll be at home.
You know who said something really nice though? Kirk in Mount Vernon, who says, just remember, when it comes to traveling, everybody has the same goal. Be kind, be understanding, be patient. Otherwise, it makes the pain last a lot longer than needed.
Those are good goals to have.
And again,
I'm not that person.
And if you if you come across construction that's maybe not active, remember to zipper merge.
Oh,
please.
There you go.
No reason to leave a big 2-mile line and then an open lane on your right to go there. And don't cut those people off. They're doing it right.
Yes.
You're doing it wrong.
And before you hit the horn, just use that same hand to just wave and say, hi, thank you.
I would assume you were being passive-aggressive if you did that.
Yeah.
You know what? It makes my day when someone allows me in.
Yeah.
When you are able to make that contact because you're like, oh, man, I messed up and I need to get into the lane. And if I wave to somebody and they're like, oh, sure, with a smile on their face, that makes my day.
It does. People don't wave anymore.
Yes.
And they should. We all should go back to waving.
Okay.
Chris is staring at me. Luke. He's shooting daggers into my
Just don't have that middle finger up. Just wave.
Yeah. Well,
you're number one.
Yeah. You know what? If you're going to give somebody that, you better go double bird and be all the way in.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying, you
don't
go all the way in.
Chef. Do not tempt him.
Double bird all the way.
Still ahead, we are going to talk about a local billionaire who I just absolutely love. And we'll share her story, and then I want to hear stories from all of you. Is there someone who has impacted your life? Maybe some small act of kindness that changed the trajectory of your life or just made an impact? We would love to hear from you. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Thanks, guys.
The Jake and Spike Show.
My mother was a horrible cook, by the way. I love her. Love her all the live long day.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
God love her, but she was a terrible cook.
What do you think about why couldn't she cook?
I don't know.
She just didn't love you enough?
I'll tell you why she couldn't cook.
Yeah.
She was a victim of her era. She was the modern mom. They had to work, right? Both parents worked.
Yeah.
Easy convenience, TV dinners, whatnots.
Where do I put the helper?
Yeah, I'm not. I wish I was kidding.
Mama's secret
Mom,
ingredient.
I love you. And, I love her. I still love her. Just I talk to her every day.
Watch the Jake and Spike Show live on YouTube.
When you think about your retirement, what comes to mind? Maybe you want to do more traveling or spend more time with the family. Maybe you want to finally slow down enough to enjoy the life that you've built over all these years. To get there, though, you actually need a plan that will fit you and your goals. And that is why my husband, Mark, and I met with Marty at Trajan Wealth. She is a fiduciary advisor, and she took a lot of care and time to understand our investments, our expenses, and our long-term goals. And she raised a bunch of questions that we hadn't considered when we were doing our long-term planning. And it left us feeling confident that the work that we have done so far is going to help us retire comfortably and also be able to leave a legacy. Trajan Wealth specializes in custom strategies for families with $500,000 or more in savings. They focus on capital preservation, growth, and low-cost investments. Don't settle for a generic plan. Let Trajan Wealth design the one that fits you and your family's goals. Call Trajan Wealth, TRAJAN, at 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the third annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership and has the state's largest selection. Get the 2025 Crosstrek at 1.9% financing for 72 months. And during the Share the Love event, Subaru donates $250 for every new Subaru purchase to one of 6 charities, including hometown favorite Paws. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized costs. See dealer for details. Valid through 11/30/25.
Guys, tired all the time, gaining weight, low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for the more than 6,000 youth and young adults in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Black Friday comfort sale is on now at Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 75% on furnaces, ACs, heat pumps, EV chargers, generators, and more. And take 18 months to pay with 0% financing. Call before December 1st. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Gee is out today. Chef and the rest of the crew are in, and we are here for you on this Thanksgiving Eve. And I want to talk about someone who I truly admire. You might even say I have a bit of a lady crush on her, and this is a billionaire, and her name is Mackenzie Scott. Because unlike so many of her male billionaire peers, she is truly serious about using all her money for good. And Chef, the more I read about her or hear, I sent you a story this morning, and I told you over the weekend I heard something else that I'd never heard of. And she's just not someone who wants to bring attention to herself. So she's really...
Somehow we always hear about the stories, though.
We do hear about it, okay,
stories.
and you can be skeptical about that. But I don't think that she's the one who is doing the rah. I mean, I think she's relatively private. But in any case...
It's news, whatever she does.
Exactly. So how she focuses her philanthropy efforts goes back to something that is very personal. That's what I'm learning. And so when she was a sophomore at Princeton, she was about to drop out. Did not know that. She couldn't come up with $1,000. And it was her roommate who found her. She was crying. And this roommate called her dad and quietly got her a loan. So fast forward to today, Mackenzie Scott is now worth about $34 billion, and she's given away more than half of the money since her divorce from Jeff Bezos. When that same roommate launched a company that helps low-income students stay in school, what did Mackenzie Scott do? She didn't just donate. She invested in a way that will lower the cost of borrowing for the students who are exactly where she was once.
That is so
struggling,
incredible.
right?
Yeah.
And so that was a really cool story. I saw that in the Seattle Times. And then, like I said, over the weekend, I heard there was a black influencer who I follow, and he was talking about Mackenzie Scott, and he talked about her donations to HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities.
Which had funding pulled by this administration.
Yes, exactly. So since 2020, do you know that Mackenzie Scott has donated about $1 billion to HBCUs?
Wow.
And this includes a massive $560 million donation in 2020, or a wave of donations, and landmark gifts like $80 million to Howard, $63 million to Morgan State. And now I'm learning that she may have been inspired by her professor. Toni Morrison at Princeton. So Morrison was a mentor of Mackenzie Scott's and was someone who championed her talent and helped launch her career. Again,
that's fascinating.
This was, and although Mackenzie
She's an author too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And although Mackenzie Scott has never linked that relationship directly to those donations of her to the HBCUs, a lot of observers are seeing the connection. This is a woman shaped by someone who spent her life lifting up black scholarship, is now doing the same at a historic scale. And that is something that she has said she wanted to do with all this money, is that she wanted to use it in a way that was meaningful.
She really is an outlier. Every year, Fortune magazine does a 400 list of what the 400 philanthropy lists. So they take all the billionaires and they see what they give away. And collectively, as of September, U.S. billionaires are worth about $5.7 trillion. And over the last decade, they have given away $185 billion. That's about 3% of their wealth. So Mackenzie Scott giving away half is incredibly significant. I mean, she would account for probably like 10% of that right there.
206 texted and said, Mackenzie Scott has really inspired my outlook on life about very wealthy individuals that do selfless acts to help humanity. And she said, like, what I did was she doesn't publish it. It's a rare model of humility and empowerment in philanthropy. And that's what I love. But my question to all of you is there a person who's, much smaller act of kindness, let's just say, we're not talking about donating millions or billions, but a small act of kindness that has changed the course of your life or has just really made a lasting impact?
I have one memory that really sticks out. My younger brother died when I was 19. And my brother's wife, Siobhan, my sister-in-law, she was sitting next to me at the funeral. We weren't very close because they went to school in Eastern Washington. And I remember, just shedding tears. And she just reached over and held my hand during the entire ceremony. And it brought me a whole lot of comfort. And that just touched my heart in a way I remember to today.
And
what about you?
I have a couple, and I'm going to kind of sprinkle them throughout.
Yeah.
But I will mention that there was someone early on in my education, actually when I was in Iran, and I had a teacher. So I was, third grade? And I had a teacher who kind of saw a gift in my writing. And she said something. She had me read an essay, and I didn't believe in myself. My parents were going through all sorts of tumult, and we were having a difficult time, and I didn't think of myself as a very good student. But she said, Ursula, you've got a gift. You have something in your writing, and I think that actually steered me in a certain direction.
That is beautiful.
Probably the reason why I do what I do today. Is
the
because
gift of belief in yourself.
Yeah. And someone said, I think you've got something there with your writing.
That's wonderful.
I know. So I also want to share, and we'll do it, and I want to hear Nick's, and so I want to hear all of yours, because I know that there are people, this is Thanksgiving Eve, we want to hear from you. Who are the people who've inspired you? Any small act of kindness that really has resonated over the years? I got a text message from a friend named Kathy who was thanking me and our family for something, and I actually want to thank her for something that she did at a crucial moment in my life. So I will share that in the next hour, but we want to hear from you. Again, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. More of the Gee and Ursula Show coming up.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So, let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It's Black Friday Frenzy at Olympic Hot Tub. Unwrap huge holiday savings on saltwater hot tubs and swim spas, plus amazing prices on floor models. Hurry, the savings end November 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Eggland's Best.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A judge dismisses the Georgia election interference case against President Trump and others after the prosecutor who took over the case, Pete Skandalakis, said he would not pursue the charges. CBS's Jake Rosen.
So in this case was really the one big live ball for a couple of weeks after this prosecutor picked it up, and now he's moved to dismiss these cases and all the other charges against the defendants in this case who did not already plead guilty months ago.
ICE detentions have hit home for White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement has detained Bruna Caroline Ferreira in Revere, Massachusetts. She is the mother of Caroline Leavitt's 11-year-old nephew. A Homeland Security official refers to Ferreira as a criminal illegal alien from Brazil who overstayed her tourist visa that expired in 1999 and that she has a previous arrest for battery. The spokesperson also says Leavitt's nephew has lived with his father, Michael Leavitt, since birth. Michael Leavitt is Caroline Leavitt's brother. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Hong Kong's leader says 36 people have died and 279 people are reported missing in a massive fire that has spread through several high-rise apartment buildings. Derek Armstrong Chan with Hong Kong's Fire Services Department.
Besides, the temperature inside the buildings concerned are very high, so it's quite difficult for us to enter the building and go upstairs to conduct firefighting and rescue operation.
Snow and ice in Bismarck, North Dakota. Meteorologist Craig Allen with more.
Some of these areas, especially up across near the U.S.-Canadian border, could receive more than a foot of snow, perhaps up to 2 feet of snow. And we're also going to be dealing with some heavy snow downwind of the Great Lakes, downwind of Lake Erie, as well as Lake Ontario.
Central Florida is overcast but dry on this holiday getaway day.
I'm Peter King along Florida's Turnpike in Orlando. This rest area has been busy with drivers ready to spend hours on the road. Scott is going from Miami to Atlanta.
I'm expecting traffic to be a little hectic this morning.
Ebenezer is headed there.
Then Georgia, Helen. Then we're going to Tennessee.
Mark is driving in the other direction, south from the Villages to Jupiter, Florida. His advice for others?
Well, just take your time, enjoy the ride.
Peter King, CBS News along Florida's Turnpike in Orlando.
Pope Leo suggests that Americans should focus on gratitude this Thanksgiving.
First and foremost, the gift of life, the gift of faith, the gift of the unity, to encourage all people to try and promote peace and harmony and to give thanks to God for the many gifts we've been given.
The Pope leaves tomorrow to visit Turkey and Lebanon on his first foreign trip as pontiff. This is CBS News.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
A crime trend you will actually want to hear about, that coming up in just a moment. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic. We are looking very good on our roads right now. Tacoma to Seattle, 38 minutes. Everett to Seattle, 35 minutes. And Renton to Bellevue, just a little blip through the S-curves. It's 22 minutes to get there in the northbound direction. Olympia to Tacoma, 35 minutes. That's how good it is right now. But we're expecting more traffic in the next few hours, so be mindful of that. KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Mary Bridge Children's Children's Festival of Trees in Tacoma. Trees that twinkle, Santa smiles, and the stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend only in Tacoma. Don't miss it. Details at festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. New numbers show there's been a huge drop in gun violence in King County.
So in 2024, third quarter, we saw 426 overall shots fired incidents. And this year, there were 292. That's a reduction of 130 incidents.
King County Prosecutor Lisa Mannion.
And we have seen the lowest number of shots fired incidents since prior to 2021. All of this is super encouraging.
Mannion says half of the victims were identified as Black or African American, and most were men in their 30s. You can hear this whole interview on mynorthwest.com. Police say 2 people stole an Amazon delivery van in Seattle last week while the driver was making deliveries. The van was tracked by flock surveillance cameras, and the suspects arrested in Mill Creek. New tests of By Heart baby formula reveal all of the company's products may have been contaminated. The company says 5 of 36 samples from multiple lots contained the dangerous bacteria botulinum. Federal and state health officials report that at least 31 infants in 5 states, including 2 cases in Washington states. Seattle Food Safety Attorney Bill Marler explains.
The botulism spore gets into their large intestine and essentially manufactures the most deadly toxin known to man, botulism.
Marler says he represents about a dozen families who want to prevent similar outbreaks in the future. This holiday season, many families will not be able to afford food, let alone gifts. But you can help them by visiting a Light the World giving machine.
These special machines were unveiled at Alderwood Mall in Linwood and South Hill Mall in Puyallup. That's where Tacoma Mayor Victoria Woodards cut the ribbon. She also made the first donation, a pair of tennis shoes.
Families need to feel that love. This is a great opportunity for the community to support these families.
These machines will allow you to donate items like food, educational support, even livestock to charities across the region and beyond through New Year's Day. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
As you heard in our traffic report, it is calm on the roads for now, but the State Transportation Department expects up to 50,000 people a day going over Snoqualmie Pass for the holiday. They will have snowplows running nonstop. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy for now, rain tomorrow, and highs just in the high 40s and low 50s. 47 degrees in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving Eve to all of you. This is the Gee and Ursula Show, and we sure appreciate you joining us. I just heard from Gee on my phone, actually. He just texted me, so he's doing well. He is out, though, and Chef, you are co-hosting with me. Good morning.
Good morning. Do you have all your shopping done?
I am just enjoying. Yes.
You have it done.
Pretty
Excellent.
much. Yes.
All right.
Thank you to my husband, who was really organized.
Long live Mark.
Yes. So I just had to pick up a pie. I will go and get a couple of other things, but we don't have a big Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
We have 8 people.
Well, if you're going to Costco today, I want to hear what it's like at Costco.
I'm not going to Costco. I know Charlie went to Costco and picked up some desserts that he shared with us here today.
Yes.
I know certain areas not to go, and I know certain times not to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we're good. I think we're good. We usually just overdo it, but this time we're just going to have a nice small group of people. How about you? Because you have an enormous
I think we're
gathering.
Up to 26 now.
26?
Yeah.
I don't even think in our heyday we had 26.
Yeah. I was cooking till like 12:30 last night. As soon as I get home today, it's going to be all the rest of today.
Wow.
And tomorrow. So, yep.
Wow. Okay, text us because we put out the question and some stories are coming in. Who is it who has shown you a small act of kindness, or it could be a big act of kindness, but something that has truly impacted your life in a positive way. Share that story with us, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO, since it is the day before Thanksgiving, and we want to show our gratitude. We want to share your stories. And like I said, some of the ones that are coming in are just really, really wonderful. Well, let's get to it.
What's new at 10?
So we're going to bring this up again because it is going to be heading for a major money problem. We're talking about Washington's paid family and medical leave program. It is one of the most popular benefits in our state. The Washington State Standard reports that this program could face a $350 million deficit by 2029 unless lawmakers step in. Because right now, if you're not aware, workers and employers pay a combined 0.92% of wages into the program. So a fraction of your money goes into this program. That is expected to go up, but the issue is, by law, premiums can't go higher than 1.2%, and the state is projected to hit that cap in 2027 and stay there. But the bigger issue is not only is that revenue not going to be coming in, but the demand keeps going up. And if you have used this program, you know it's pretty generous. I mean, so more than 320,000 Washingtonians applied for paid leave over the last year. That is a 15% increase. And the program paid out over $2 billion in benefits. This is from anything from time to care for a new baby. Or in my case, I actually used it at the end of 2023 when my mom was dying, and I was in the Philippines, and I stayed with her. I was her, basically the person who was supposed to be her caregiver. New job protections passed this year will likely even increase usage more. So the question is what to do, because what some Democrats are saying is they want a more forward-looking financing formula or to raise the premium cap. I'm sure somewhere in there it's raise taxes, basically, is what we're saying.
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Right.
Some Republicans say the state should instead scale back the benefits, maybe look at fewer weeks or tighter eligibility to keep the system sustainable without asking workers to pay even more.
Okay, so scale it back or collect more money. That's basically the options we have. I'm not a big fan of giving back benefits that we have implemented and earned as a society. I mean, we're barely catching up with the vast majority of nations on the earth, including, such economic powerhouses as Bolivia and Ecuador. So I think we should keep it. It is useful. 5% of the state used it last year. That's about 320,000 people. That's about 5% of the state. I mean, think about it. Like, how many people end up having some sort of terrible injury themselves or a surgery, something like that? How many people have a baby? How many people need to take care of a sick relative? And let's be honest, most jobs do not provide adequate PTO, sick leave, or vacation to cover the needs that you have outside of your job.
So I will agree on a lot of the things that you just said, and I hate the idea of scaling back, but it's either scaling back or you're talking about, let's ask you to pay more. Let's ask, again, on top of every other tax increase that we have already talked about. And I've already made it known that I think that the Democrats in charge in Olympia have relied way too much on new taxes or additional taxes and fees versus trying to find other ways to do some streamlining or some combination thereof.
Right.
So in this case, I'm actually in agreement with, I would rather preserve the program as much as you can and really preserve it for the people who need it the most, because I will say that I believe that there are some who may and I'm trying to be careful with the words, but abuse the system.
Yeah.
It's like it's something that is available to me. So even if I don't need it, I'm going to use it to its max. And so I think that stricter requirements would be not to the point where it's unattainable.
Right.
But maybe look and say, hey, is this an area where we can cut some of it back? without hurting the whole reason for the program.
Sure.
And I'm going to guess that there would be. Are there other ways that you can trim and make it more efficient? I'm going to guess that there could be. Again, I would just rather exhaust everything before you can now ask and say, well, to keep this going, we just need to tax you again.
I mean, there's also a couple other options, right? So it pays like up to 90% of your salary, depending on what your income is, right? So you could look at dropping percentages.
There you go.
Although the more you drop percentages on the low end, the fewer people who are going to use the benefit, because most of us can't make it for an extended period of time on 70% of our income, because we're living paycheck to paycheck. Another option I would say would be taxing the companies.
I was going to say public-private partnership.
Who don't provide their employees with benefits like paid time off. If you are a Fortune 500 company that keeps your employees at 32 hours a week so they get no benefits, you should be paying a tax. If you are a Fortune 500 company that has a significant percentage of your employees on public assistance because you do not pay them enough, and they don't get vacation time, you should be paying into this, because basically we are having to subsidize their necessary time away using our money. That would be the ideal option for me. I don't know intricately enough like how this system gets abused, because when you're talking about paid leave for time off parenting, right? I mean, what is the right amount of time that you should spend with a new baby?
I think there's never enough time. But
exactly.
Again, I mean, can you look and say, okay, this is just not sustainable? I mean, it's going to be great for the people who take advantage of it in the next couple of years, but then there's going to be nothing.
Yeah.
So what's your answer? What's your option? And I guess the question I'm going to turn to all of you listening right now is this something that you say, yeah, this needs to be priority and I'm willing to just keep increasing taxes to cover it?
Okay.
Or do you think, hey, can we look at a way to this is my belief is, can we look at a way to sustain this program without losing the gist of the program? But where are other areas where we can cut before we go to taxpayers yet again?
So here's an example of one way that someone could quote unquote take advantage of the system. Let's say I'm caring for a dying relative, right? And they get they're in hospice for 2 weeks. I'm there with them for that 2 weeks. We do the funeral arrangements, etc. I get 4 weeks, but I still have 8 weeks left. Like, what's the adequate amount of time to grieve? Because some people might say, like, 12 weeks off for the death of a relative is too much, Yeah. Because you do have to get signed off by a doctor if you're taking it as a personal benefit.
And by the way, so I had to show the paperwork, and I had to show, like, my mom did die of a brain tumor. Mm-hmm. This is the time that she was in the hospital. There were questions. It wasn't just, hey, take as much time as you can. And of course, because I do a show here, it was like it was in my best interest to come back as soon as I could too.
Yeah.
But it was great. Again, it was great to have it. We're getting a lot of text messages right now with folks who are talking about, Chica Latte says, I'm right in the middle of applying for that right now just to take care of my son. And I tell you, it's hard. Mm-hmm. And then I have someone else who says, I've got someone who I work with someone that is not only very lazy, but she's also used up all of her sick and vacation time along with FMLA leave last year and protected leave without pay for the remainder of last year. Meanwhile, it puts a damper on the rest of us at work trying to get projects done when somebody doesn't show up. The people who do take advantage, and then someone needs to be called out in some way.
I understand that there are people like that.
Yes.
There are other ways to get rid of people like that out of your company.
Yes.
So, I don't know. They just need to go away.
But keep sharing your stories. Hey, I saw something on social media, and I sent it to you because I was laughing so hard. Mm-hmm. Okay, what is considered a so-called upscale restaurant? So one of Seattle's longest-running restaurants is at the center of an online debate, and it was sparked by a Latina rapper named Reverie Love, who was visiting here, and she had this to say about Salties.
I'm in Seattle, Washington right now, and I'm going to eat at an upscale seafood restaurant called Salties. That's been here since 1985, so it's 40 years old. Let's see how their food tastes.
Okay. I love Salties.
Yeah, it's great.
But she is getting dragged in the comments by people who are from Seattle who are like, are you kidding me? Salties is upscale for people who think Olive Garden is fancy. And then
shots fired.
That was serious shots fired. Someone else is someone not from Seattle arguing with people in the comments who are from Seattle. She's also someone who thinks she has a designer luxury bag when it's just Michael Kors. How snobby are you? These people who are texting. What is an upscale restaurant?
So I would have been one of those people who would have said Salties is upscale for people who think Olive Garden is fancy back in my cooking days because
you're a chef.
I cooked at an upscale restaurant.
Yes.
You know,
So
tasting
what's
menus,
upscale?
flights of wines, all that. You know what? My perspective now is more like my perspective when I was, 20 years old. And Anthony's or Arnie's were like the fanciest restaurants I could think of outside of the one that went around in the circle at the Space Needle.
But
right?
Salties is like Arnie's in my
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Salties would be upscale.
I would call it, I guess I'd call it upscale. I think it maybe gets dinged because it's such an institution. It's been around for such a long time. And a place that is viewed as a little bit staid can have, I don't know, an institutional sort of reputation to it. Like, it hasn't evolved. It's, comfort food for grandma, that type of thing. But if you're paying, you're walking out at $100 a person.
It's upscale to me.
I would probably call it upscale.
I was thinking, do you have to get to canless status before you can call it upscale? How snobby are we?
If you have a jacket. Well, it is not upscale if you're used to going out to eat a lot and you have decent money. But for anyone whose, idea of going out to eat is, the Mexican restaurant and that's in your price point, then yeah, that is upscale. So I think maybe people here are just a little bit too used to the fact that they're lucky enough to have, 2 6-figure incomes in their family and don't consider that might not be everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, did you hear about this restaurant that is, speaking of restaurants, has got this new fee that they've tacked on. So, we heard of the service charges, automatic gratuities, living wage surcharges. You got to look at the bill, by the way. We've seen all of it on restaurant bills, but now there's a new one. The 6-7 restaurant, really?
Yes.
At the Edgewater is apparently charging a 5% pier maintenance fee.
I'm sorry, what?
So someone on Reddit posted this, so I'm sure it's become a big deal. But
yes.
Yeah, so what's with the pier maintenance fee?
Do they need money for creosote for the pilings? Is this their way of stiffing the customers for the tax that all those businesses along the new waterfront have to pay for the improvements there? I cannot for the life of me fathom how you could not disclose that up front, because that's egregious.
Yeah.
Pier maintenance, just include it in your cost.
I've got to ask you though, if there is a service charge and you're not clear who gets the service charge, how much do you tip on top of the service charge?
Typically don't.
You don't at all?
No, if they've got an 18-20% service charge, I'm not going to tip on top of that.
Even though they say there's an optional tip?
Even though I refuse to be guilted into that. No way. I mean, just because there's an additional line for a tip there doesn't mean that you need to add on to it, right?
Nick, is that your strategy too? If you see a service charge already?
Typically, yeah. I mean, I don't really like the style of restaurants adding the tip already in the first place, and usually if they do, I'm hesitant about tip. If I have the choice, I'm a little more judgmental, a little more strict about my standards of tipping if they're already going to be upfront about it. So yeah, I'm not in the party of liking that.
You tip on top of the service charge?
Well, I have in certain, because I'm not sure. Yeah, sometimes I'm looking at it wait, are they getting any of this?
Yeah, when it's a service charge, the restaurant can distribute that however they see fit.
Right.
So typically it's a front of the house, back of the house split.
Okay. So I shouldn't feel guilty is what you're telling me.
No, I don't think so.
Text us 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Servers want to work at a restaurant that just does tips and doesn't do a service charge, and then they have that option.
And what are you doing when it is takeout?
Usually 10%.
You do 10%?
Yeah, I usually do. I mean, I'm not going to do it for a corporate place.
I've been overly generous with the service charge, folks. and not paying enough when I do takeout.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing giant orders. You know, it's like $70 at most. So, you know, $5-7, something like that.
Okay. Text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Coming up at 10:30, we are going to play You Be the Judge, and this is going to be Food Fight Edition. That's next on the Gee and Ursula Show.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
The Jake and Spike Show.
My mother was a horrible cook, by the way. I love her all the live long day.
Weekdays noon to 3.
God love her, but she was a terrible cook.
What do you think about why couldn't she cook?
I don't know.
She just didn't love you enough?
I'll tell you why she couldn't cook. Yeah. She was a victim of her era. She was the modern mom. They had to work, right? Both parents worked. Yeah. Easy convenience, TV dinners, whatnots.
Where do I put the helper?
Yeah. I wish I was kidding.
Mama's secret
Mom, I love you. And, you know, I love her. I still love her. Just I've talked to her every day.
Watch the Jake and Spike Show live on YouTube. This is a test of your emergency alert system.
This holiday season, smart eyewear and virtual reality are emerging as some of the hottest tech gifts. Lifestyle expert Justine Santinello is highlighting the gadgets everyone will be unwrapping this year.
Smart glasses like Ray-Ban Meta combine AI technology with stylish design so you can record video, listen to music or podcasts, take calls, and even get live translations, all hands-free. These glasses, they're perfect for travelers and busy parents or even fitness fans with the new Oakley Meta Vanguard glasses designed for high-intensity sports with an action-ready camera, integrations with fitness apps, and more. You can also try virtual reality with the Meta Quest 3S headset, which brings thousands of immersive games, social apps, and entertainment experiences right into your living room. Play hot gaming titles like Marvel's Deadpool VR or Star Wars Beyond Victory. It's perfect for family fun, multiplayer gaming with friends, or streaming live events from home.
To learn more and find the Black Friday deal, visit meta.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
Your local credit union, WSECU, believes in making a difference. That's why they're recognizing Washington's community champions, everyday people who strengthen the fabric of our communities. Steve Rabel here with WSECU board member Marcus Glasper, and it's time to announce our next community champion.
Our community champion this week is Dwight Pauls. Dwight transformed an overgrown blackberry patch into a thriving U-Pick blueberry farm in Federal Way. Dwight, thank you for everything you do to bring neighbors together.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Eric Butler here, General Manager at Kia of Everett, your simple, easy, fun dealership. If your daily drive needs a winter upgrade, we got you. Our entire Kia lineup is packed with all-weather performance, safety features, and fuel efficiency that will make commuting simple, easy, and fun. From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, choose what fits your lifestyle and come down and test drive it. With amazing pricing and financing, now is the time to buy at Kia of Everett.
The best drive you'll ever take is to Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
Your new home is ready now. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new construction communities across Puget Sound and Central Washington, with more coming. Find your new home at drhorton.com. America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. King County deputies are stepping up DUI emphasis patrols over this busy holiday week. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin is in Kent.
Since April, the first specifically assigned deputy to the traffic monitoring position made 77 DUI arrests and more than 150 criminal traffic and warrant arrests. The deputy is not regularly going to 911 calls, just patrolling certain areas looking for people who are breaking the law.
I bet there's going to be a fair share of collisions that are caused by DUI. It's a selfish decision. It's so easy to call an Uber or call a friend, take a bus home.
KCSO also works with Target Zero, an organization that's working to stop deaths and injuries on Washington's roads.
AAA says this Thanksgiving could be one of the busiest, with nearly 82 million people expected to travel. 73 million of those are taking to the roads and over 6 million flying. But it's been quiet so far at Seattle's airport and on Puget Sound region's roads. We will keep you updated throughout the day. Israel has launched what their military describes as a counterterrorism effort in the northern West Bank. BBC's Yolande Nell reports.
Palestinian media say a curfew was imposed in the area and several roads were blocked by army bulldozers. The Israeli military says police and intelligence forces are involved in a counter-terrorism operation. It's given few details. The assault on Tubas appears related to an Israeli operation in the northern West Bank, which began at the start of this year. Thousands of people from 3 refugee camps there have since been unable to return home.
It had appeared a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia was nearly a done deal, but the Trump administration says it still has a way to go. The major sticking points are some of the most difficult, including whether Ukraine would give up land in the Donbas region, limit the size of its military, and vow not to become a member of NATO. Let's get a check on your drive with KIRO News Radio traffic. And as I said earlier, we are looking so much better than we usually are this time of year. I do see something new. I-5 northbound, just right across the JBLM gate. We're starting to see some pretty serious traffic north and south, just across the span of the base. I don't see anything blocking at the moment, but we'll check back in there. If you get a little farther north, there's a little bit of slowing on the 5 curve on I-5 northbound, just south of Highway 18, but it's really only costing you about a minute at this point. The other areas of slowing, I-5 north and south, just a little bit through downtown Seattle, and 405 northbound through the S-curves, but your lake bridges look clear and the North Sound. Speed limit drive. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We're going to stay dry throughout most of today. It will rain tomorrow. Highs just scraping 50 today and tomorrow. It is 47 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery with KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Gee is off today. Chef is filling in, and it is time for you to be the judge.
No,
Hold it.
no.
What did you say during the morning meeting?
You can strike that from the record. You can strike that from the record. You got to Your go Honor, with what I Your said Honor. today.
I think Gee was actually really upset.
Strike it.
He loves it, though. Okay, so we got to do a little food fight edition today, looking ahead to Thanksgiving. I know that you are not a turkey fan, per se. But if somebody strapped you down and forced you to eat it, they weren't spray painting you, just forcing you to eat turkey. Deep fried, smoked, or roasted?
Oh, deep fried.
Deep fried.
John Lovick's deep fried turkey, that would make me love turkey every year if I could do deep fried turkey. Yeah, this is so horrible. The skin, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah,
and then a little bit of the dark meat and the skin. Oh, yeah. Then I'm all about it.
I just gotta go roasted. Gotta go roasted. I mean, if you're deep frying a turkey or if you're smoking a turkey, you get no gravy because there's no drippings, right? And that's what you make the gravy out of. And so it's an entirely different kind of meal. Smoked turkey's fantastic if you want like sandwiches and stuff. It just doesn't seem like Thanksgiving to me.
Another controversial take on my part.
Yes.
I'm not a huge gravy fan.
Okay.
So that's
you don't
the thing.
like good things. Why don't you like good things in life?
I know. And do you remember the year I told you that I did not get cranberry sauce and when I was delivering turkey meals to everyone during COVID, and my mom was so upset. She was like, how can you give me a meal? And here I was thinking I was doing a good thing, bringing the Thanksgiving meal to all of my family members because they were all
isolated.
And she was like, you brought a turkey meal without cranberry sauce?
How
don't
dare
like cranberries. I don't like gravy, but I did bring gravy.
All kinds of gravy? Like biscuits and gravy?
Yeah, it's okay.
Sausage gravy?
I think it's because I'm not a big fan of mashed potatoes and gravy. That's why I don't love I love getting together for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But this is a really bad take, but I'm going to share it. I think I've said it before. To me, the Thanksgiving meal feels like what I would get at a retirement home.
Oh, institutional food?
Yeah. Or a cafeteria.
Oh. Well,
and
wait a minute.
I've had good Thanksgiving meals.
Who was cooking your Thanksgiving dinners before Met Market? You?
No. If it were me, I would just be resorting to pizza. No.
All right.
I mean, I've had great Thanksgiving meals. It's not my favorite kind of food.
Sure. Okay, so you already said you don't like mashed potatoes, but so mashed potatoes or scalloped potatoes if you had to have a choice?
Scalloped.
Scalloped?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it's garlic mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
But again, it's like that texture is too much.
You don't like. I was listening to Jillian earlier in the newsroom, and she was saying it has to have lumps in it.
Yes, I have to have lumps too.
Are you
Otherwise
serious?
Yes.
You can't deal with a smooth puree texture.
No, not for very long.
Oh, okay.
How about you?
I'm gonna go with mashed potatoes because it's classic. Yes. Scalloped potatoes is like Easter to me with ham. All right. How about sweet potato casserole? What goes on top? Pecans or marshmallows?
Okay, my mom used to be so proud of her sweet potato casserole, and of course she had marshmallows on there. I would like it better, again, if there were pecans and the marshmallows, but it's too sweet for me, and I'm not a big, again, another reason for Thanksgiving, I'm not a big sweet savory person. I don't like pineapple on pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like sweet potatoes.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm going to agree with you. I don't like sweet potatoes. I really don't. Like, I can handle them in a curry or something, but the marshmallow thing, man, that is That is weird.
Diabolical.
It's like one of those 1960s concoctions, right?
Uh-huh.
What were you
Okay,
saying?
well, I was going to say 815 texted in and said, now you have to try green chili on your mashed potatoes. That I would go for. Again, because it changes it up.
Okay. Sure. Like some
Right?
hatch chilies.
Yeah, we haven't asked Nick, though. Nick.
Well, this is an unpopular opinion, but you just mentioned the, sweet potatoes. We call them yams in my family with the mushroom. I actually like that dish because it reminds me of a warm sweet potato pie because that's essentially what the ingredients are in a sweet potato pie. It's just sweet potato and sugar,
Yeah, if you throw a crust on it, then I might like it.
Yeah, but it's the same ingredients essentially.
Okay, you're right.
All right. So the Washington Post looked at 1.5 million recipes from over 100,000 cookbooks in this morning's paper, and they found some of the biggest controversies when it comes to recipes. You're making guacamole, Ursula. What least belongs in it? Mayonnaise, green peppers, mangoes, or tuna? What least belongs?
Tuna.
Yeah.
Ew.
It was an upscale dish with, the diced ahi cubes.
Okay, you made it sound like it was chicken of the sea was coming in there.
Real chicken.
Yeah, no. Okay, can I just tell you that Sherry from Tacoma texted in and said, we make shrimp scampi every Thanksgiving. Please invite me.
Fantastic. Yeah.
See, now again, that would make, we're having spätzle brought in, right? That makes it, that's an awesome side dish. I love stuffing. That's one thing that we didn't get into. And I
love
unpopular
stuffing too.
opinion, I like green bean casserole, but made in a certain way.
Not with the canned green beans?
No, exactly.
It's got to be fresh green beans?
And it can be really good.
Yeah, it can
very
be.
Garlicky.
Although I don't understand why is green bean casserole a Thanksgiving dish, considering like green beans don't grow this time of year traditionally. It always was a canned thing. Okay, so what kind of stuffing though? What kind of just classic croutons, butter, some onion, celery?
Okay, I'm not getting paid by Met Market, but I have to say that they have this kit, the really good one. It's a little spendy, but the really good one. And I add sausage to it.
Okay.
And it's got their blend of spices and everything, and it's got the big croutons and the really good bread.
Yep.
Delish.
That's perfect for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want it mushy. It's got to have some kind of texture.
Some crunch?
Yes. How about you?
Absolutely. I like wild rice in mine, wild mushrooms, wild rice. And then last night I was burning the heck out of my eyes because I cut up like 6 quarts of shallots to caramelize. So I put tons of caramelized shallots in there.
Oh, so yum.
Yeah, that's how I like it.
And now Bobby in Tacoma says, I make Mississippi pot roast every Thanksgiving. Now,
What
I
is
love
Mississippi
when people,
pot roast?
I don't know, but Bobby got me at pot roast.
Ursula,
Again, change up the meat.
Who is it in your family that's forcing you to eat the foods that you don't like? Who is in love with Thanksgiving on your family?
My sister, honey. It is her absolute favorite meal, and my mom loved it too.
Yeah.
I'm the outlier. Everyone else loves Thanksgiving. Mark, it's his perfect meal.
Why don't you just cook yourself something separately? Get yourself some shrimp. Make yourself shrimp
He said,
scampi.
why don't you cook? Like, why would I be doing something different on Thanksgiving?
Good point.
I'm good at reheating.
Great point.
Okay, text us. Hey, what I found out during that segment, I am not alone. Sue in the 360 says, I am with you, Ursula. Don't do gravy or mashed potatoes. And then someone else texted in and said, 206 says, I agree with you, Ursula. Nursing home food. I'm not alone.
Okay, what about the turkey sandwich leftovers?
I do like that.
Okay.
Good bread.
Yep. I prefer it on the rolls, though.
Yeah.
Like the crescent rolls.
Yeah.
Are we going the warm sandwich, though, or the cold sandwich?
It's got to be
warm.
Warm.
For sure.
I like the open warm with the gravy, but I also like a cold one if you put little cream cheese and cranberry on the bread.
Oh, yeah.
That's
for sure.
really good.
Heck yeah.
Love it. Okay, continue to weigh in on all this. A lot of you are weighing in on your favorite foods. How would you rather like it? That was a fun. You be the judge. Also, though, want to share your stories, and we are getting some awesome ones. Who is it in your life who showed you an act of kindness, no matter how big or small, and it impacted you so much that you remember it today and you want to share it? Text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. We'll have scenarios next.
wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving from KIRO News Radio and the John Curley Show.
I'll share with you the Curley tradition, which is that we all go around the table and say the one thing we are grateful for. I think it gives everybody an opportunity to learn from each other and to reflect on the year. And my only advice to everyone is don't be the last to go, because there's a pretty good chance someone's going to steal your line. Go second or third. Happy Thanksgiving.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for the more than 6,000 youth and young adults in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at revivemenshealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Husky Nation, the rivalry is on, but this time it's bigger than football. This holiday season, we're taking a fight from the field to the table with Rivalry for a Reason, a competition fundraiser between UW and Oregon fans to tackle food insecurity across the Northwest. Every dollar you donate counts as a vote, and votes are unlimited. So let's outgive the Ducks and show our Husky pride. 100% goes to households in need, thanks to Safeway and Northwest Harvest. Visit dogsvsducks.org today.
It is 10:48. I'm having such a good time on the show today that time is flying, and it is time for scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Oh, this is doozy. I have a wonderful relationship with my mother-in-law, Barbara, I'll call her. She's generous, kind, helpful with the kids, but every Thanksgiving, our relationship in my refrigerator space is tested by her culinary signature. Every year, Barbara arrives carrying a glass dish the size of a kiddie pool full of cranberry walnut mayo surprise. It's one of those monstrosities from the 60s when I swear Big Mayo and Big Jell-O somehow convinced American housewives that one or both made everything into a culinary masterpiece. As you can guess, nobody eats it, not even her own son, my husband. During dinner, we all do the same thing. We take a tiny dollop to be polite, and she watches us and smile. We smile. You ever swallow without breathing through your nose just to get something down? In any case, by the time the end of the meal is over, it's 99% still there. Now, I would just scrape it all into the compost bin after she leaves, but every year she comes prepared with a supply of Tupperware. And as people attempt to leave, she sets up a station and scoops massive portions of this glop into the containers and then forces them into everyone's hands. You'll want this for lunch on Friday. I watch my friends and family accept the containers with fear in their eyes. My husband refuses to say a word because it makes her happy. Meanwhile, I know for a fact that my brother throws his container into the neighbor's trash before he even gets to the car. It feels wasteful and ridiculous. What should I do about this situation?
Okay. I think you have a couple of options, but the option I would pick is, you said it gives her joy. She brings it in. She gives you the Tupperware. And y'all you have a story to share, and it is something that is really important to her, and she wants to contribute. So one option would just be grin and bear it. Just continue to do your tradition and let her have that joy, and don't stir and don't hurt her feelings and say, for all these years, no one has loved your contribution to our meal. So that's one option. The other option I would say is your husband needs to break it to her. I'm not going to be the one, as daughter-in-law, I'm not going to be the one saying, I don't appreciate your big glop that you bring in your kitty-sized pool and stuff into our fridge, and no one likes it. It would just be so hurtful. And by the way, you're getting free Tupperware on top of that. Why are you throwing it before you even get home?
It's the brother that does it.
Yeah, just toss it out, clean it out, and now you've got Tupperware.
You're so glass half full. Like, hey, look at the upside. Free Tupperware.
What would you do?
I'm taking the husband's route. I'm not talking to her about it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm telling her.
Yeah.
No way. If she's so oblivious after who knows how many years to notice that, like, nobody eats more than a spoonful of this thing that I bring in massive quantities. I mean, either your mom's trolling you, like A-level trolling, or she's lost it. Okay. I'm not saying anything.
I want to hear Nick's take on this, and then I want to come back because I'm actually going to share a story about something my mother-in-law did for so many years. And now that she's gone, I'll give you the update.
Well, I would never wish on my worst enemy to eat whatever is described here as this orange, green, whatever colory blob you want to call it. So to grab big barrels of Tupperware to force down for another meal later, listen, if I saw you eat it first and actually enjoy it before stashing it up, I'd maybe understand why you actually want it. But you're crazy to think that much gunk is going to be consumed after this.
You're unbelievable.
Listen, I hate food waste as much as the next guy, but even there are some things that I can't build up the courage to swallow down later. So just let it go, and you don't need to save it.
Okay, you don't need to save it, but are you going to say something to mother-in-law who is bringing this slop over?
If it's obvious that nobody likes it and she doesn't even like it.
So you as the daughter, okay, so if it's your mother-in-law, you as the husband would actually confront mother-in-law and say...
I would address the elephant in the room and say, this is not worth doing.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Good.
And be upfront about it.
I think that's the other thing. It's just, okay, why go through all the motions and let the chips fall where they may? But, okay, here's the story that I wanted to share. Because every holiday season, my late mother-in-law was Italian. And it was very important for her during the holidays, especially at Christmas, but also at New Year's, to have some Italian representation. And so she would go to the store at Pike Place Market, remind me.
World Market?
It's the one that, it's got the coolest things in there, and it's an Italian store. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, she would buy these nougat candies that were really cute. They've got pictures of historical figures. No one ate these nougat candies. They would stick to your teeth. They didn't taste that good. It was just a strange taste.
Yeah.
But they were really cute, and it was something that she grew up with, and it brought her great joy to remember what she enjoyed as a child. And she wanted to bring that along with the panettone, which, again, didn't often all get eaten, but it was something that was super important to her. The last thing I was going to do is tell her to stop bringing it. And guess what? Now that she's no longer here, do you know how many times we're like, hey, is anyone bringing the panettone, or does anyone have any of those nougat candies? It's like,
all of a sudden people love it now?
Well, it's like, because it's part of a memory.
Yeah.
And we don't, we've lost my mother-in-law. We don't want to lose the memory of that, too. Yeah. So it's like, I guess my story would be, is it worth it to hurt her feelings, or just, it can be part of the family lore?
Good point. You're thinking of De Laurenti.
That's it.
Yeah. I love that place for
cheese.
That's
an incredible place.
Yes, it is.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, share with us. What would you do? Text us at 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. More of the Gee and Ursula Show coming up.
The John Curley Show.
Katie Wilson is putting her team, her powerhouse transition team together.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
Put everything in place and solve all the big problems that everybody expects to have solved when it comes to government. When I asked her if she's okay with being, the West Coast Mondani, she seemed to have no problem with it. And of course, Mondani, the new mayor of New York, has said that, well, there's no problem too small that the government can't solve, and the government cares so much. The government's going to care so much, and the government's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube. KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
This season, gift yourself the chance to slow down and truly savor holiday wonders just a short journey from home. Victoria, BC glows with festive lights, charming traditions, and the space to reconnect with yourself, loved ones, and the joy of the season. Victoria is just a scenic ferry or seaplane ride from Seattle, making it the perfect getaway. This Christmas, step into a more relaxed rhythm. Plan your trip at tourismvictoria.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The Jake and Spike Show.
If you guys are not watching on YouTube, you're missing the sight. Luke Ducey joining us now in studio. People think he's a handsome fellow. Welcome to the show, Luke.
Thank you for saying that.
Well, I didn't say it. People in the audience say it.
Weekdays noon to 3 on KIRO News Radio.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online or in-store.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you. Because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse for the 37th annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for children in foster care and youth statewide. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. A judge has dismissed the Georgia election interference case against President Trump and others. That ends the last case to go after the president for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election laws. CBS's Justice Department correspondent Scott McFarland has the story.
The local prosecutor who picked up this case a few days ago because the previous prosecutor, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis, was disqualified. The new local prosecutor determined that a dismissal is warranted and asked a judge to dismiss the case, and the judge promptly did so. What the local prosecutor is saying is that this matter was better handled by the feds, that he didn't see the evidence of a racketeering case at the local level, deferring all matters to the federal government, which dropped the case a year ago yesterday because Trump won the election and you can't prosecute a sitting U.S. president.
ICE detentions have now become a family matter for the White House press secretary, as Linda Kenyon reports.
The Department of Homeland Security has detained the mother of Caroline Levitt's nephew. A DHS statement says Bruna Caroline Ferreira is a criminal illegal alien from Brazil. The father of her 11-year-old son is Caroline Levitt's brother, Michael, with whom the child has lived since birth. Ferreira was brought to the U.S. as a child herself in 1998. Her visa expired in 1999.
In Hong Kong, the death toll has risen to 36 in a high-rise fire. 279 people remain missing. A major storm making its way across the northern U.S. is delivering heavy snowfall and strong winds. Meteorologist Jessica Birch is tracking it.
Places like Chicago that are still seeing snowy conditions throughout the state of Wisconsin, Illinois, northern parts of Indiana, too. That storm system is expected to continue to wring out more snow as we head into the evening hours tonight, early morning hours tomorrow for Thanksgiving, all throughout the Northeast.
In Minnesota, there have been more than 300 road incidents due to the weather. In the South, the conditions are better for the Thanksgiving getaway.
I'm Peter King along Florida's Turnpike. Traveling with pets can be a challenge. Tammy says not so much for her West Highland Terriers, Riley and Jonesy.
They kind of curl up and sleep, or they sit and like to watch where we're going.
And she says they're pretty quiet. Mark says his Yorkie, Benji, is the same. That is until he wants a walk. o'clock.
Don't give it to him, he gets a little angry. Otherwise, he's an angel.
And to Benji and all the other furry friends on the road today, happy Thanksgiving. Peter King, CBS News, along Florida's Turnpike in Orlando.
On Wall Street, stocks are higher today. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Waiting for that Thanksgiving traffic churn. So far, not so bad. We'll tell you when it's about to heat up, but let's check the roads. It is starting a little bit in JBLM. We're seeing I-5 North and South start to lock up right there along the base. Again, nothing blocking there, but we are monitoring that situation. And in Seattle, I-5 has some pretty spotty slowing in the couple of miles surrounding downtown. Not too bad. And overall, the lake bridges are looking great, and the North Sound is looking pretty great too. The other area of slowing is 405 southbound, the on-ramp from Northeast 4th. There's a disabled vehicle partially blocking that ramp. There's about a half-mile backup building right there, which is where the road curves. And there's a rollover collision on eastbound 90 just before the Snoqualmie Summit exit. It is blocking one lane, and traffic is getting by so far. This report brought to you by Emerald Queen Casino. Prepare to be enchanted. Mentalists and illusionists, the clairvoyants, come to Emerald Queen Casino December 4th for a holiday spectacular. The Clairvoyants, December 4th, only at Emerald Queen Casino.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. Infant formula company ByHeart now says all of its formula may have been contaminated with botulism. A Pierce County baby who was hospitalized is one of 31 cases across 15 states. Food safety attorney Bill Marler represents the Pierce County family.
I think, unfortunately, those numbers are still going to rise as kids get counted, but hopefully it's not that people are still consuming the product.
ByHeart will issue a full refund for all formula purchased on or after August 1st of this year. Gunfire outside a South Seattle daycare last week has put parents and businesses on edge. KIRO 7 TV reports 2 people opened fire near Genesee Street and 36th Avenue South as parents were picking up their kids. This woman's children attend that daycare.
You never think it's going to happen to you. It is right at our front door now.
The daycare owner tells KIRO 7 they have been asking authorities for help for years to do something about the drugs and violence in that area. This week, King County prosecutor Lisa Mannion, however, reported that gun violence overall is decreasing in the county compared to previous years. A 30-year-old man was walking across the southbound lanes of I-5 near Yesler Way and killed early this morning. KIRO 7 reports around 1:15 a.m. he was hit by a car. The driver, a 48-year-old man, suffered minor injuries but did not go to the hospital. Today could be the busiest day for travel on the roads, and if you're one of millions driving, gas prices are top of mind. KIRO 7 TV's Gary Horker has more.
We've found the cheapest gas in our area is in Shoreline, specifically at the Costco in Shoreline. Gas Buddy labeling that as the cheapest station in King County. In Pierce County, the Tacoma Costco is the cheapest. The River Rock Tobacco in Arlington took first prize in Snohomish County. And in Thurston County, it's a Shell station in Olympia on Black Lake Boulevard Southwest.
We're expecting more traffic to build up over the next couple of hours. Weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We're seeing some drizzles around, but it's going to stay mostly dry until tomorrow. Highs in the low 50s both days. Overnight lows in the mid 40s. It's 48 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Welcome and happy Thanksgiving Eve to all of you. We sure appreciate you joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Cannot believe it's already the third hour of our show. I say it often, and I'm going to say it again. You all listening right now are such an important part of our show, so much so that we are going to spend a little bit of this hour sharing some of the stories that you have shared about the people who have impacted you with a small or, in some cases, a very big act of kindness. If you have one of those stories that you want to share, text us 888-973-5476. 888-973 KIRO. As I've mentioned, Gee is out today, but Chef, you've been co-piloting, and we've been having a great show so far, I think.
Oh, I can't wait to get into one of these topics with you.
I know, because it has to do with one of my pet peeves.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
But first, we're going to be talking about a dramatic shift in who is becoming a mom in America. And it is especially striking for women in their late 40s, 50s, and now even more so, even early 60s. The CDC says the birth rate for women 45 and older has jumped nearly 450% over the last 3 decades. That's more than 11,000 babies born to women in that age group just last year. And doctors say the number of older moms could double in the next 10 years. We're also seeing more women in their 50s and a small, but again, like I said, growing number in their 60s who are giving birth. So when Chef started asking or talking about this, I was like, wait a minute, 60s? Like, what is happening? What's going on? So explain that. I mean,
okay. So basically, obviously, if you're menopausal, postmenopausal, you don't have viable eggs anymore. What they're doing is they're using donor eggs and sometimes donor sperm that's then combined in the test tube and then implanted in the older mom. Some women are doing, actual surrogacy, but there is a growing population of women who are having egg donors, like a younger egg donor in 20s or early 30s, donate the egg that then they can go through pregnancy with. Just something I had not heard of before.
Right.
Last week, I think.
And so, of course, this opens up a lot of questions. And I just want to say, before I even start weighing in on any of this, I want to make sure that what I say does not come across as ageist or sexist or anything like that. And even though I probably am going to step on it, I'm just going to preface it.
Okay.
Because my first reaction was, just because you can doesn't mean that you should. But then I thought, man, that's really judgy. Because if this is the most important thing and you decide later on in life that you want to have a child and you're able to do so, like, who's to stop you, or who's to determine when is it too old to be a mom? Even though I think instinctively I feel like I know right now at the age of 60, I could not do it physically, mentally. I mean, the only thing that would work for me would be financially.
Right.
But which is a big thing, and it's a big reason why a lot of women are waiting.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's one reason why some of these moms are doing it this way, is because, hey, maybe you were dealing with fertility issues in your 30s or 40s, but you didn't have the financial means to go through the whole expensive IVF process. I struggle with it because it feels biologically wrong, right? To I guess, subvert the natural processes of human biology. At the same time, I'm of the belief that all life is, precious. And so how could I judge someone for deciding to do this? I mean, after all, there's no age limit on men having kids.
Exactly. And that's the other thing I was going to point out. It's like, why should women, other than biologically speaking, but if there are things that you can do to aid you biologically to go past. Now that's not to say that there aren't risks for the mom.
Yes.
Especially.
I think it's mostly for the mom because like the risks of the terrible phrase geriatric pregnancy for the child are due to the age of the eggs. So if you're using a younger woman's implanted egg, I think that reduces the risks for the child.
Yeah, but there are increased risks for the baby if you're talking about chromosomal issues or low birth weight, that kind of thing, as you also age.
Right.
And before you get pregnant. I mean, if you get pregnant at a much later advanced stage, and then it's also harder to recover from that. But I know that you also shared a story about how you remember. We all remember that kid in school who had a parent that was dramatically older than other parents.
Yeah. Friend of a friend, his dad was in his 60s when he had him. And so by the time we got to high school, it was really strange I think for him especially, and then also the friend group, because this guy's dad was like older than a lot of our grandpas. And, he was starting to, get sick a lot, and he was breaking down. And so seeing him go through that, it was in a lot of ways a social ostracizer for him, because everyone instantly thought your family is weird, dude. But that's kind of a them problem, not a him problem.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like you want to fight against your natural reaction to, okay, that's not usual. If someone, how many times is someone going to say your grandchild, and you have to explain?
Exactly.
No, that's actually my child.
Yeah, double take, like what?
But again, that's something that you weigh as you, if this is the most important thing for you and you can do it safely, and like what age is too old? Like what's the cutoff? If you say this is not something that you agree with, then what's the cutoff?
I don't think you can make that distinction, right? That's something that someone has to decide for themselves, because you can say, look, there are increased risks to the mom. There are increased risks to the baby. There are social risks, right? You have to navigate the fact that, your child is going to have to deal with your death at a much younger age than a lot of other children. But at the same time, that all of those things can happen with, a quote unquote normal mom and dad situation.
This is true.
There's no guarantee that your child is not going to have a birth defect, or that you're not going to have a placental abruption during your childbirth or something.
I had that at a quote unquote normal age of childbearing. I had placental abruption.
Well, and that's a serious deal.
That is a very serious deal.
Yeah.
It was serious to both me and our youngest son. But I would love to hear what you all think. 888-973-5476, 888.
Let me ask you one more question.
There is one other thought on this whole thing.
What?
Well, Kirk in Mount Vernon says, this is a very difficult question. I'm 60 years old. I was raised by my grandparents. And then Liz in Gig Harbor says, 60, so the mother would most likely be dead before the kid is 17 or 18 or 19. Now, people are living a lot longer. It just would be a very different look. I mean, if you're lucky enough to get into your 80s, you'd be in your 80s when your kid is graduating college.
Now, a lot of insurance does cover IVF now. Should insurance cover this?
That's one that would require me a little more thinking. I don't want to just say off the cuff.
I like to ambush you, though. It's much more fun that way.
I know.
I mean, because
my
men, when we
reaction,
stop functioning down there, we get medication that's covered to fix that.
Yeah. I'm going to say that my inclination would be no, I would not expect insurance to cover that.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh.
See, it's not that easy. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I actually wouldn't mind, because I'm going to guess the percentage of people who do it is so small, it wouldn't impact the risk pool to a degree that would impact my insurance. And if that's a chance at, a beautiful life and a connection for some family that really wants it, then okay, great.
I do want to bring up one other thing. And I've shared with you that my sons are very open with me, and they tell me things that maybe others might not have privy to this information. But one of the things that I have been seeing as an eye-opener for me is the whole dating app thing.
Right.
And I shared with you and G that because I was looking through a couple of the dating apps, and one thing that really struck me about the women on the dating apps, a lot of them flat out, even though they're in their late 20s, mid to late 20s, they're already saying, I don't want kids.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure if I want to have kids. Like a lot more women than I expected were saying, yeah, I really don't have interest.
It's sad, but it's a reality, not only financially, but I think this generation of young women sees that it's very, very hard to, quote, have it all. If you're going to be working full time at a job, if your husband's going to be partner's working full time at a job, and you have a child or children, it's a lot of work. And unlike the Sheryl Sandbergs who tell women to lean in, most women aren't afforded the privilege of having a maid and a nanny and a private chef to do all that stuff. Because I'm in this situation right now with Gabby, and I see what she has for available time, and it is paltry. It is absolutely paltry.
Yeah.
and it's a hard thing to navigate. And a lot of guys aren't up for taking on their share of responsibilities too, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I want to get this story in because you know how much I love graffiti.
Uh-oh.
And here's the question. What is art and what is graffiti? Because we have a story out of Sioux City, Iowa that has caught your attention, and I'm going to bring it to all of our listeners. So there's this 46-year-old dad and contractor named Brandon Bradshaw who started doing this very simple thing. He took a can of spray paint and turned manhole covers into giant, colorful flowers. And he calls them sewer flowers. Neighbors absolutely love them. Families take walks just to find them. People started asking him to paint one for a sick spouse or someone who just needed a cheer me up kind of thing.
Yeah.
But instead of giving him a small arts grant and a reflective vest, Sioux City had him arrested.
Good.
Wait a minute. You're trying to provoke me. 4 squad cars rolled up, charged him with criminal mischief and public drinking. Okay, this is new. City crews even scrubbed some of the flowers off the streets. Officials say they can't just let unapproved graffiti, that's a quote, slide, because then where do you draw the line? But here's where it gets awkward for the city. This thing blew up online, as you can imagine.
They're beautiful, so yeah.
Well, and so were some of those. Remember, what was it? The rainbow crosswalks, or the
right,
where people just started taking up and doing their own thing and putting in crosswalks.
Yep.
So a nearby town turned this into a full-on civic event, a manhole painting contest with about 70 sewer flowers, including entries from the police department. Other towns are now lining up to copy the idea. Meanwhile, Sioux City is getting roasted as Sewer City for cracking down on this guy who was just trying to make the place a little more joyful, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
But now there's talk of dropping the charges if he agrees to get permission in the future. But he still spent a night in jail for painting flowers.
I'm not even going to respond to that. I'm going to let you take this.
Okay. I think it's hilarious, the response. And I'm glad that they're thinking about dropping the charges, because I think charges and arrest go way too far. But he does need to get permission. And there needs to be, I mean, same thing. It's like, just because I want to put a rainbow crosswalk or a flower crosswalk right here in front of KIRO doesn't mean I can, even though it beautifies it. I mean, the street out in front of our building is in a complete mess. It's a disaster.
Right.
So anything would make it look better if, I mean, the intent was right, but he needs to go through the process.
Okay.
So I will say I wouldn't agree with throwing him in jail. I would drop the charges, but you got to get permission.
Okay, so first of all, the only difference between graffiti and artwork is permission. That is the only difference.
I disagree.
Why?
Because the crap that you see on I-5, on the overpasses and all, with the scribbles or the foul language, that's not art.
What is art?
What is art is something that improves something.
Okay, how does it make you feel when you see that?
Art is mad.
Okay, art is something that makes you feel.
Feel something.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna
those people
disagree.
do it like expressly as a middle finger, right? And you get the message.
But again, it's not your property.
Yeah.
You are trespassing. You are vandalizing. You are creating a problem. If you want to put it on your own drawing board and write all the foul words and tags and everything that you want, okay, you do you. And if you want to call that art, great.
Are they deserving of arrest for that?
If they're doing it on the freeway, yes, absolutely.
Wait, so the only difference between someone needing to be arrested for graffiti and is whether you like it? I'm trying to figure out the distinction here.
I realize, like I said, I still think the guy, even though he made it so cute with the flowers, still need to get permission. It's still vandalism, but in this case, he didn't. He had the intent of beautifying. So I'm throwing intent in there.
Okay, well, I was today
Brian
years
from Arlington
old.
says yes, arrest them
for flower graffiti. That's amazing. I think it's silly that but you know what? At least there's one city in America that uniformly applies the law when it comes to graffiti, Ursula, and you have a model in Sioux City, Iowa. I did not know that you would have such a strong connection to flyover country in Iowa specifically.
Iowa's beautiful. John in Bremerton says, Ursula, you can't say that people spray painting the bridges or sides of buildings or medians and call that graffiti and then get mad and say that the guy spray painting the sewer covers is art. I just did.
We contain multitudes.
Yes. In other words, you think I'm a hypocrite. If he didn't have permission, then it's graffiti and he should be charged and punished. You know what, John? I could go for that, but I think that a jury would have a hard time convicting him and throwing the book at him, seeing the art, right?
I disagree. Because a prosecutor would do what? They would come up to the jury and they would say, all you have to answer on this verdict is, was the individual given permission to paint there? Is it in the city code that painting without permission is graffiti and against the law?
Yeah.
Those two questions, you're it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know what? I guess, dude, what's his name again? Brandon?
Yeah.
You might be going to jail. Okay, text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. We've got Agree to Disagree coming up next.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. Wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving from KIRO News Radio.
Hey, this is Jake and Spike from the Jake and Spike Show. I just want to wish you guys all a very happy Thanksgiving, and however you celebrate it with your family, I hope you don't scream at each other too much.
It's a great way to save on Christmas gifts. This time of year, it's so important with everything that gets crazy on a daily basis in our lives. We're pulled so many ways to take some time to realize what you're thankful for.
A nice thought. I'm thankful for you, Spike.
Thankful for you too, my friend.
Oh, that's nice.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Gee and Ursula Show.
There's two types of people. One's that use a washcloth. The other are bare hand bandits.
Hate to break it to you, but...
Ursula, you a bare hand bandit?
Weekdays 9 to noon. Watch live on YouTube.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain. And they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Husky Nation, the rivalry is on, but this time it's bigger than football. This holiday season, we're taking a fight from the field to the table with Rivalry for a Reason, a competition fundraiser between UW and Oregon fans to tackle food insecurity across the Northwest. Every dollar you donate counts as a vote, and votes are unlimited. So let's outgive the Ducks and show our Husky pride. 100% goes to households in need, thanks to Safeway and Northwest Harvest. Visit dogsvsducks.org today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. Weather is wreaking havoc on flights across most of the country, causing delays the day before Thanksgiving. SeaTac Airport spokesperson Perry Cooper says those delays don't typically impact Seattle because a lot of flights originate here in the Pacific Northwest. Flights coming into Seattle later in the day can cause delays, however.
And that's fairly typical, though, what we see this time of year just from a weather standpoint.
Cooper says there are longer car lines at the airport during the holidays from people choosing to greet friends and family in person. Some call the day before Thanksgiving Blackout Day. Bars and restaurants fill up with people coming home or bracing for the family holiday. There will be DUI emphasis patrols around King County and beyond. It looks like a peace agreement between Ukraine and Russia is not the done deal it was advertised to be. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang is following the latest from the Trump administration.
The president has directed his special envoy Steve Witkoff to go to Moscow to talk to officials to try to move this along. Of course, Witkoff was instrumental in finalizing the peace deal between Gaza and Israel, and the president talked about his role to achieve peace for this conflict.
A judge has dismissed the Georgia election interference case against President Donald Trump and others. A prosecutor who took over the case said he would not pursue the charges. The move ends the last legal effort against the president for his efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss. An animal rescue farm is touting turkeys as something other than a meal. More from CBS correspondent Jennifer Kuiper.
The Gentle Barn, an animal rescue farm south of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, offers animal-based therapy sessions with turkeys, as well as horses, cows, sheep, and goats. People can cozy up to a turkey any time of the year at the sanctuary, which also has a location in Los Angeles. One woman who did it described the turkey as snuggly. With Thanksgiving coming up, founder Ellie Lax wants to change public perception about the big feathered birds. She says turkeys are extremely intelligent and talkative and can give you comfort and one-on-one attention. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Now we're going to turn to Nate Connors for your KIRO News Radio traffic.
It is busy out there, Jillian, especially in Thurston and Pierce counties. Steady rain down there is adding to a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup southbound through JBLM starting near Thorn Lane. And then North 5 at Stillicum-DuPont Road. That right lane is blocked by ongoing road work. You're in a 7 to 8 mile solid backup starting way back at Marvin Road in Lacey. So Olympia to Tacoma and Tacoma to Olympia, both directions, about an hour and 5 minutes each way. That's about a 40-minute delay. Here in Seattle, South 5 just past I-90, we've got a collision in the right lane. That's added to scattered backups starting in Northgate. Linwood to Seattle plan on 20 minutes. North 5, you're going to jam up at the West Seattle just briefly where people are slowing down to check out this crash. And, of course, down in Pacific, we have that new normal 2-mile backup northbound 167 at our bridge work zone. 20 minutes to get through this. Trees that twinkle, Santa smiles, and the stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend only in Tacoma. Don't miss it. Details at festivalofTreesTacoma.org. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Mostly dry the rest of today. Rainy, dark, and cold tomorrow with highs just scraping 50. It's 48 degrees in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Jillian Raftery with KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 11:34. This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Gee is out. Chef is in co-hosting. And it is time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Before we get started here, y'all have some feelings about graffiti. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. On either side, I mean, there's, some agree with me, and there are some who really disagree with me and are trying to convince me that graffiti truly is art. And I want to just make one distinction for me.
Okay.
Murals, I love.
Yes.
It's just the stuff that I see on the freeways that I am especially opposed to. Freeways and then buildings that the owner of that building did not ask someone to paint. That's the issue I have.
Okay.
And Chef, you and I are on opposite ends of this, too.
Well, no, I agree with you. Not on buildings, not on private property.
Yes.
But I think it actually improves the freeway because it is just this, brutalist Soviet concrete architecture. Anyways, a lot of you are going to be traveling down the freeway to the airport to fly out for Thanksgiving. And the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, had some comments on what he thought could make everyone's travel experience much, much better.
You have brawls at the baggage claim. You have passengers berating gate agents. We have unruly passengers on airplanes. People dress up like they're going to bed when they fly. I see people getting on airplanes, and they're having a hard time taking their luggage and getting in the oversized or the above bin. Help people out, be nice, be courteous. And so we want to push people as we come into a really busy travel season. Help people out, be in a good mood, dress up, bring civility back to travel. And I think everyone's experience is going to be that much better.
What say you?
I agree with just about everything that he said. Now, what is dress up? Because there was a time when, about the time I used to sing the song, I'm leaving on a jet plane. Okay, yeah. Yep. When we used to travel a lot, really long distances, and we used to dress up to get on the plane.
Yeah,
it was almost like Sunday best, almost, as kids. And there were 5 of us with my parents, and we were all dressed up perfectly in a plane that was going to be flying for many, many, many hours. Now, I think that it's gotten way too casual to the point where people are showing body parts or are wearing are unkempt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes it's like if your clothes are dirty, dress like you might be in public.
You are in public.
That's what I mean.
No dressing like a harlot?
I think people think that they're still in their homes. But that all said, I mean, he might have gone too far on all that on the clothing thing. But everything else, be courteous.
Sure.
Don't try to shove your big fat thing that you should have checked into the upper bin, or hog it so that nobody else can, or even the flight attendants are having a hard time. Don't bring your bad mood onto the plane and argue with everybody. Don't be that person that rushes to get off the plane, cutting in front of everybody else to get off, unless you have a connecting flight that you might miss.
Okay, sure.
But
Okay.
I think
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think he
Not
has
on
a
the clothes.
point. I think he has a point that we just need to be nicer.
Okay, we can be nicer, and that has absolutely nothing to do with the way that I dress. If you get triggered by someone in casual dress at the airport, you're both officially ancient and a shrew.
Okay, what's wrong with being ancient?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with being ancient, but I was just commenting. Because, air travel is not fancy anymore. There's never been a point in my life when air travel was fancy. Now you are a commodity. You're basically like the human equivalent of a livestock in a feedlot. Okay, so the idea that I'm going to get in my nice, fancy clothes because I'm going to the airport to be stuffed in like a sardine with a bunch of other schlubs, like on a tin can flying above the air where they don't even give you peanuts. Come on, this is not a luxury experience.
So if you think of your flying experience like that, that's the attitude you go in with. Like, I don't care. I don't care what how I present myself. I don't care how I act.
Why does me wearing sweats have anything to do with you?
Sweats is one thing. I don't think there's anything
What
wrong
if I'm
with
wearing
sweats.
pajamas? Who cares?
That might be a little much.
Why?
Unless you're a child.
Intellectually often I am.
Okay, I think we're going to agree to disagree.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's move on. Actually, I want to talk about this grandpa bot story. This is pretty fascinating. There's a UW computer scientist at UW Bothell, Dr. Mohammed, Aurangzeb Ahmed, who lost his father a decade ago. And he worried that his kids would never get to know their grandfather. So he built something called Grandpa Bot, as a AI chat bot trained on his father's emails, letters, recordings, and even old bedtime stories.
I realized that I did have a lot of sound recordings of my father.
Using audio recordings, videos, and letters from his dad, Mohammed transcribed it all and built a machine learning model.
What we call a conversational agent. Imitates the way that he talked, the kind of humor that he had. For example, it relates many of the stories that he would relate. So it's copying his style.
He tells Fox 13 that the first time he tried to use it, he had to shut the laptop because the experience felt so real. But the real reason he did this is because his kids never had a chance to meet this man. And he wanted to make sure that Grandpa was some sort of a presence or a meaning in their life. And this is a growing trend, people using AI to recreate the voices, personalities, memories of loved ones. There's actually a term for it now. They're called grief bots. What do you think about this?
I actually think it could serve a purpose. Initially, I thought, boy, that's a little bit creepy if you're trying to pass it off as something other than what it is, which is a recreation. And if you make it really clear to your kids, this is what I'm doing. It's computer generated. Not everything is the same, but this is a lot of this is very real as to, what I remember. It's almost like showing a video, but you don't have the video available. But I think that you can also move into a territory where it can get creepy, because when you're doing it with AI, you're creating conversations that never happened.
Yes, I mean that's part of his concern. Actually, is he says that people can be too comforted or even addicted.
Yes.
So when you're going through the grief process, are you allowing yourself to grieve, or are you replacing that presence with something digital instead?
Great question.
But at the same time, look at how the family photo album evolved. Used to be you'd get one of those old silver daguerreotypes or whatever they are. And, now we have like some pictures of our grandparents. Look at what our kids are going to have. They're going to have thousands of videos, thousands of photos.
But you just brought up something that made me think. Grieving is part of the natural process. It's part of life.
Yeah.
And if you don't allow somebody to fully grieve the loss of someone and you're basically pacifying them because, hey, here's a version, right? I could see where it could be abused. But again, in the right context, I like it.
Yeah. It's a fascinating new world we live in.
For sure. And Nick, thank you for putting the song on. This might be one of my all-time favorite songs.
It's one of mine, too. Love Roxy.
Okay, we will have more of the Gee and Ursula Show, your words to live by as well. Stay with us.
The Jake and Spike Show.
My mother was a horrible cook, by the way. I love her all the live long day.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
God love her, but she was a terrible cook.
What do you think about why couldn't she cook?
I don't know.
She just didn't love you enough?
I'll tell you why she couldn't cook.
Yeah.
She was a victim of her era. She was the modern mom. They had to work, right? Both parents worked.
Yeah.
Easy convenience, TV dinners, whatnots.
Where do I put the helper?
Yeah, I'm not. I wish I was kidding.
Mama's secret
Mom, I love you. And, I love her. I still love her. I talk to her every day.
Watch the Jake and Spike Show live on YouTube.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hello, friends. John Curley here. Ladies, this one's for you. Retirement can feel uncertain. Women live longer and often manage finances alone. Madrona Financial's Growing Her Wealth Workshop is a free Zoom event to help you build income, protect savings, and time Social Security and Medicare. December 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Married, single, widowed, divorced, working, or retired. Learn in a supportive space. Reserve your spot. Call 833-673-7373.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Cold is weakening and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
Black Friday Comfort Sale is on now at Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 75%. Plus, enjoy 18 months 0% financing OAC. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com today.
And just like that, we are at the end of the Gee and Ursula Show, the last show before Thanksgiving, and we sure appreciate all of you hanging out with us. And it is time to read text messages, but we're doing it a little differently today. We are going to express gratitude or help you express gratitude because at the beginning of the show, I asked, who blessed you with a random act of kindness or an incredible act of kindness that has changed your life, and you all gave us so many great stories. So you can start.
Yeah, I'm going to start with one of the longer ones. Janet in Sammamish says, I want to share an amazing story of kindness. 10 years ago, I just started my own mobile pet grooming business after working for another company. I invested in a new van and all my equipment, and 6 months later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. As the sole proprietor and only employee, if I couldn't work, there was no one else to pay the bills or care for the dogs. A longtime client really believed in me, saw how much I loved her dogs and cats, and didn't want to see me go over. She generously gave me an early birthday and Christmas gift, a card with a check for $5,000. I am forever grateful. I was able to make it through chemo, then mastectomy surgery, and radiation, working when I could, and I was able to continue keeping my business through it all. And she has now celebrated her 10-year anniversary as a successful mobile pet grooming business.
How amazing is that? Now, Tim in Burlington says, I would like to acknowledge my wife, Dale, as a true example of generosity and real-world impact. She's raised our 5 kids. Our youngest is now a senior at the same high school all of them attended for 8 or 9 years. She volunteered there as an instructional assistant, and for the past 6 years, she served as an official substitute. And during all of that, she also voluntarily coordinated, organized, and supported our community's Closet, a free clothing and essentials program at that high school that provides everything from coats to toothbrushes and hygiene products. And she has done all of this for years without pay. And what makes her extraordinary is the way she shows up for the students on the margins, the ones who are almost making it, but needs that one adult who believes in them. She gives hugs at the right moment, offers encouragement when they feel lost, and helps them see a vision of who they can become. And because of her, dozens of students have graduated, stayed in school, or come back years later just to thank her.
That's so beautiful.
Gosh.
Tim
Wow.
in Seebeck, my 5th grade teacher in Bremerton, sparked an interest in electronics. I'm going to retire after 37 years in communications. Kudos to Floyd Higbee. And kudos to you, Tim, and congratulations on your retirement.
That is awesome. TC says 20 years ago, before I met my fiance, his first wife kicked him out, leading to their divorce, and he didn't know anyone because they had just moved here. A stranger saw him and offered help while he figured out his next steps. Who knows what would have happened to him without that offer of kindness?
Connie in the 253 remembers her sister who passed away and left me a big chunk of money, enough to be able to start my own business. That was a huge act of kindness. She did it out of the goodness of her heart, and I miss her so much. What a beautiful legacy.
For sure. When I first put the call out, I got a text message on my phone from a friend named Kathy, who said, your family took me in for every holiday when I went through a bad divorce. That meant the world to me and my young son. I loved you all so much. Thank you for being so compassionate and welcoming. I love you all. And I'm bringing that up only because I want to say, if Kathy is listening right now, later in life, she became a chaplain. And Kathy is someone who has been so instrumental in our family's life. And during my mom's final days, I called her from the Philippines. I was like, I don't know what to do. And when you are walking someone through that journey in the last days of their lives, you want to know that you're doing the right thing. And it was me and a niece who were helping my mom, trying to figure out what to do when she was in pain, just in the last days until her last breath. And Kathy was someone who helped tremendously. And I could call her at any hour of the day, and she would, she gave such great advice about how to keep my mom out of pain. And then she was also the person who presided not just over my mom's funeral, but also my dad's. So, Kathy, if you're listening, you have dramatically changed our family's life. Sorry to get a little emotional.
No.
But for words to live by, this is actually a quote from John F. Kennedy. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that your cooking, the rest of your cooking goes well, and that your nearly 30-person meal is fantastic.
It will be. And before I head out, just want to say thanks to all of you. We appreciate you listening every day.
Yes, for sure.
Got a lot of people coming over, Chef.
Nick.
Well, yeah, it's time to hang the sign for closing up the shop as we take off for a turkey break and other foods to chop. And sure, we all can think of who we want to thank in mind, but it's you who tune in with us that we thank is our lifeline. So whether you like deep fried or just roasted bird to graze, happy Thanksgiving from all of us. You led into your days. Easy on the fruit pie and Brussels sprouts for me, though. I'll take back on those.
Love it. Nick, happy Thanksgiving.
And you too.
I cannot express, we don't give you enough credit on this show, how you keep it all together. You keep us moving, and your artistry and your love of music just makes us that much better.
Thank you. That's
Thank
really
you.
sweet. Thank you.
Jake and Spike are coming up next. Actually, I'm going to be on the Jake and Spike show because Jake is out and Spike invited me to join in a conversation. So we'll continue talking coming up next.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Into the night, the Milky Way. You'll hear me call as we ascend. I'll say your name. Then once again, thank you for being a
Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for children in foster care and youth statewide. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
This season, gift yourself the chance to slow down and truly savor holiday wonders just a short journey from home. Victoria, BC glows with festive lights, charming traditions, and the space to reconnect with yourself, loved ones, and the joy of the season. Victoria is just a scenic ferry or seaplane ride from Seattle, making it the perfect getaway. This Christmas, step into a more relaxed rhythm. Plan your trip at tourismvictoria.com.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. We're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in store.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap GoodRx, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
KIRO FM.